Welcome on in, everybody. The grand finals has begun, and we're getting into Battlefield of Eternity for map 1 of said best of 7. Gotta get that phrasing correctly. Yo, what's up, Simon? Good to see you. 6 cents. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true as well. Good to see you, Simon. Brandon said he's helping you move today, so we'll see about that. Anyways, it's good to see you. Welcome on in, everyone. Best of 7 grand finals. It is going to be the map choice coming out from RIP, as they are the top team. And it's actually first pick given to Gafflo's Girthy Gremlins. The members of RIP came through the upper bracket, and they beat Gafflo's Girthy Gremlins last week Sunday. And this is basically a rematch of that upper bracket final, which I believe, if memory serves correct, I'm looking at the bracket here, that did go to a game 5. RIP won it in map number 5. It was a back and forth series. Gafflo's Girthy Gremlins winning map 1, RIP winning map 2 and 3, Gafflo Girthy Gremlins winning map number 4, and then map 5 in front of Shrines was a victory for RIP, so they are here in the upper bracket winner position with those advantages. Now, this is standard Heroes of the Storm. No tournament shenanigans, no baseline bans, no carryover bans, no voted bans, none of that. It is straight up 90 heroes available for Heroes of the Storm. And so we've got a Chromie Blaze banned away by the side of RIP. Gafflo's Girthy Gremlins get rid of an ETC Sylvanas. That's a target ban on a Crankle, by the way. And they'll go ahead and first pick a Hanzo. Anduin and Garrosh will be picked up on the left side for RIP, so a pretty simple start for them. They got Light Bomb, they got Chastise, they got Groundbreaker. They don't have good race into the Immortal, so maybe they'll grab a Greymane or a Lunara, which we haven't seen any Lunara this entire competition, at least that memory serves. Still a lot of heroes that race. Yo! Where's Kaimo Tripson for a nice Tyrande game? Hanzo, Muradin, Tyrande. I really like the setup so far from Gafflo's Girthy Gremlins. A nice 1-2 punch with the Muradin Stormbolt and the Lunar Flare, and you also have Huntress Mark. Now, you also can say Anduin Garrosh is a nice 1-2 punch as well, where you have Groundbreaker into Chastiser, Groundbreaker Toss into Chastise too. Mid-ban phase, maybe a solo laner ban into the enemy, or maybe it's going to be, yeah, they're going to target ban onto, is that Ubi? No. Surdath. Surdath played literally 3 games of Blaze earlier today, and it was banned away at the start, so we'll see what Surdath is going to be playing for the solo lane on Battlefield. Battlefield, I really like Imperius for this map. I really do like it. Yo, Cat Peach, good morning. My all-ins feel so weak now. Well, you know what? At least you have the Moxie to all-in, unlike some of these people in chat. Good to see you. Always fun to play D&D yesterday. That was a really good time. Spoiler alert. A spoiler is... Okay, alright. Tracer gonna get target banned. Dino will not be able to get to the sustained damage dealer in that, and we might see a few Tracer bans throughout this, but either way, Garrosh Anduin, what do they want to go into? I really like the idea of something to burst down the enemy with the CC control they have.
I stand ready.
And they'll flex that last pick. They get the Urel for the solo lane. Vala's the... right now is sitting as the hyper carry. You could go Imperious Thrall, you could go into a mage, you could go into another auto attacker. Hell, you could go into support of Medivh or Abathur. You could even go into a Karazim, which we rarely see. But on the right side, Hanzo, Tyrande Medivh with a Dahaka at the end. Why do I feel like RIP was going to be taking the Medivh here and that just got stolen away? I have a gut feeling that RIP was going to be the one taking this Medivh, and it got stolen away just now, and now they're having to pivot what they want to do. What do they want to put Bose on? Hammer actually would work out in this comp really well. Okay, they're going to go Thrall. I was going to say, like, Hammer wouldn't be too bad. Like, you have Urel for control, Garrosh control, Anduin Leap of Faith, Vala Rain of Vengeances. But I guess a portal from portal into Hammer is kind of annoying to deal with, so the Thrall will be picked up for more of a brawly nature. I really like the Gafflo Girthy Gremlins draft, but we'll see how things unfold. Let's get into it, everyone. Map 1 of our best of 7. right, map 1 Battlefield is underway. The draft is set, and here we go. Left side, Rip, who have been waiting and watching throughout this weekend's games. We've got a Sven Urel, Dino Vala, Susbos on that Thrall, Krankle Garrosh, and Vasilio is playing Anduin, excuse me. Right side of the map is going to be Gafflo's Girthy Gremlins. They have fought. Actually, they have not really fought much. They defended their position up against Rabid Raccoons just now, and they got a 3-0. Let's see what they're able to do here in Rip in the rematch, best of 7. Surdath Dahaka, we've got, hold on, Sentinel. This is very important. Sentinel doesn't hit, GG's. Banana will be on your Tyrande, DK, Muradin, Nano, Hanzo, and Gafflo will be that Medivh. Portal Mastery, Enduring Swarm, Crash Lightning Thrall, hello! Puncturing Arrow for the Vala, Dauntless, Unrivaled Strength, and Even-Handed Blessing. Lunar Blaze, Redemption, Dwarf Block, Portal Mastery, and as I mentioned as well, the Enduring Swarm, but I'm Thrall with Crash Lightning, huh? Okay. All right. I mean, I see it, but I mean, Echo of the Elements and Rolling Thunder are really good too, so. Well, Sespos plays Crash Lightning Thrall. It's obviously a viable talent, right? No, Gafflo is fine. Gafflo is absolutely fine right there. I thought that was going to be Medivh losing what little stacks he had. Hanzo does pick up his 8th stack on Redemption already, which is not bad. 1 minute in. Lands a scatter into the enemy. Chain Lightning from Thrall going out. Crash Lightning 4 stacks. Vala trying to pick up a little bit more stackage as well. Hey, Freaky. Muradin with a flank position, maybe looking for Dino. Toss on to Gafflo. Once again, the Force of Will is going to be there. Krankle looking for more, but unfortunately the portal set up by Gafflo allows them to back away safely. Few autos coming in from Tyrande. Oh wait, Dahaka brush stalks in, looking for a drag, avoids the Groundbreaker, trying to find a good target to drag. Ally toss, the drag misses. Dahaka's thrown over the wall. Is there a portal for him to get through? Can he click on the portal? Nope. Urel starts working on top lane camp. Dahaka dead. Muradin not doing the same flank setup. Okay. Nano will Hearth out for full. We got Dahaka back, which forced Muradin to rotate to top lane to pick up any sort of missed experience, and it looks like he did not miss much. Right side camp started. 2 seconds on the objective announcement. Good to see Darkshear. Indomitable, Piercing Light, Hand of Freedom. You've got your Feral Spirit. Sorry, the Frostwolf pack. And reset for Vala with the Acrobat. No, that's not right. The Repeating Arrow. Thunderburn on Muradin, so usually we'll see Healing Static later on. Tyrande with Loon's Chosen. Dahaka picks up the Hero Stalker, which is synergistic with the Enduring Swarm. We'll probably see Symbiosis level 7. Raven Familiar, and you've also got your Serrated Arrows for the Hanzo as Dahaka. He basically just got back. He's maybe alive for about 30 seconds here, and it's going to get taken down again. The Immortal Race has already begun on the south side of things. Banana Nano have really good siege. Keep in mind, Tyrande can use her Huntress Mark on the objective to... Oh, no. The portal's set up. The Righteous Hammer's there. Nano gets through in time with like 200 HP. Not even. Jesus. Vala's working on left side. The allies are going to try and zone Nano and the rest back. Krankle is just going to walk through a bush, finds the enemy. Stormbolt into Lunar Flare. There's going to be a good leap of faith to pull Krankle to safety. The Sentinel takes Krankle down to like 3 HP, but no kill to be achieved. And we get into pure race between these two teams. I do believe it is going to be Gafflo's Girthy Gremlins winning this out by a small margin of 1,500. Immortal in favor of Gafflo's Girthy Gremlins to bottom lane. 2-0 in kills. 7 talents here about to be here as well. Medivh steps up. Thrall trying to get a few autos in here and there. 3 of 6 stacks. Oh, back down to 0 as Thrall misses the Feral Spirit into Hanzo. Toss Groundbreaker on Medivh. 24 stacks for him as they're going to try and take down Gaflo. He gets through the portal. Elun's Chosen applied to him. That's that little green moon you see on him. If you're curious, there's the Elun's Chosen activate to make Toronto's basic attacks heal a target allied hero for 175% of damage dealt. Lasts 8 seconds. The Immortal gets the Fort Gate. There's going to be an interrupt onto Krankle. Groundbreaker does not hit. The toss does displace. Urel comes in with a Righteous Hammer looking for Gaflo. They're going to portal back and forth through these two portals. Simply DK with 147 HP will not be taken down. Trait does kick in. Lunar Flares get onto a few. The Dark Swarm from Dahaka. The Stormbolt lands. That's a Kaimo Cleanse onto Urel as she dies midair in Leap of Faith animation. Toss onto Banana. Chastise hits onto Murden. Divine Star thrown in through them as well. Gaflo with 35 stacks. Redemption from Hanzo finished. Lunar Blaze at 7. 13 for Vala. 16 for the Thrall. 3 on his level 4. And you've got your 1 stack on Piercing Light for the Anduin. As we cycle through the other numbers, Medivh picks up another couple stacks on the Hearthing Thrall. Toss Groundbreaker. Force of Will. Portal set up, but it's too far away, and Muradin does go down. A kill over to the side of Rip. Bottom lane wave pushed up onto Gate. Krankle discovered by Medivh and a scatter as well from Nano. Chain Lightning out from Thrall, and I think Nano's just trying to spread away from Banana to make sure that they don't give free stackage over to Thrall. Sentinel thrown from bottom. Literally hits the camp on top. Nice hit from Banana. Taylor camp will not be invaded. Dahaka chills by the Fort Gate as 10 Talontier is still about a level away, and we're finishing up on those stats at the bottom of your screen. All right, east-west positioning and defensive sides. Blue on the left, red on the right. We'll see who's the one to step up. Hanzo and Turan to get a little bit of damage onto the fort in bottom lane. Gaflo does finish out that baseline Arcane Rift, so Medivh can feed. Urel looking for a flank. Portal set up. There's going to be a Chastise onto Medivh. Danger Ping as well. Dahaka brush stalking in. Sven, is there a drag from Serdath into Sven? The Groundbreaker interrupts beautifully. Dino picking up a stack or two more on these Hungering Arrows that I see bouncing around, as it is 16 stacks for Dino, 18 for Thrall, who does also finish out that level 4 during our stat rotation. And it's Earthquake, Rain of Vengeance, Ardent Defender, Warlord's Challenge, and your Light Bomb as well. With the 10 talent, you're picked up faster by Rip. Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins back away. And the first half will be picked up by Rip. Now, where does it go? North-south or race potential sides? North-south it is. Dino already in position, lands a couple Hungering Arrows, does have that Monster Hunter level 16, or level 7, sorry. Huge drag from Dahaka into Garrosh. He is gonna get a quick heal from Anduin, but it's not gonna be enough. Murden lands huge damage. That's gonna be an Anduin to fall as well. Murden activates Avatar. They're gonna chase on to this Thrall, and he's the next one to fall. Huge turn at this level 10 in favor of Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. They find a triple kill, and they will get this Immortal phase, I do believe. It's taking a little bit of time. The Huntress mark was applied, but I think it just now expired. Yeah, it's gone. Well, there actually is a lot of respawns happening. This isn't a guaranteed objective over the side of Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. Vala's going to try and poke here and there, but she is going to be pressuring onto Dahaka, who pops some Essence. Force of Will, drag misses. Righteous Hammer onto Medivh. Warlord's Challenge into into Dahaka as well. Thrall looking to step up. We do have a Rain of Vengeance available for Vala, as well as a Light Bomb from Anduin coming out. Objective does go over to the side of Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins into top lane. And we'll see what is able to be done with this Punisher. Shadowstalk, Avatar, Leyline Seal, Isolation, and Dragon's Arrow for the Hanzo. Will be your heroics on the right side. We did not mention a 1-kill advantage. And so far, this map number 1 battlefield, map chosen by Rip, by the way. First pick given to Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins, did not have to be given. Looking like it's pretty good for the attacking squad, I guess you could say.
But he will rise again in time.
Turan to Dahaka, we're trying to push things up in bottom. Let's see, Gate on the right and top lane is still pretty healthy. Bottom lane weakened and damaged, as well as removal of 1 gate and 1 tower. 10 lunar blaze stacks. Thrall is 21 of 30, by the way. Getting up there. Minion wave pushed up onto the fort gate. Muradin's going to be able to soak this up and clear things out. Rel with an Avenging Wrath in, and the Impaler camp is not going to get any siege value onto the fort. Portal set up by Medivh. Sentinel gets thrown up towards the top of the map, but I'm not seeing any engagement up there. Rel does rotate up here as well. I think she's mostly working on the wave. Banana Surdath will get this camp. Alright. And it's just a waiting game for a third objective phase, which will be spawning on defensive sides.
I shall land in a moment.
All right, 30 seconds to go. There's that healing static for Muradin. Enduring Will, by the way, for your Medivh. The big one's at level 7 with the Arcane Explosion. You're looking at a Quickening Blessing for Tyrande, as well as your Primal Swarm for Dahaka. Makes sense with the W build. You've got Fleet of Foot for Hanzo. 13 on the left side with the Velen's Chosen. You've got your Gloom Vala. Thrall going to go Spirit Shield at level 13. You've also got the Blood Craze for Garrosh. When hitting a hero, Bloodthirst heals an additional 50% of Garrosh's maximum health over 3 seconds. And Speed of Pious for that Anduin. Let's pull away the towns really quickly for this engagement, as Bose takes a lot of damage on that Thrall. You're out looking for an angle to re-engage. Dino vaulting around, getting resets on the Hungering Arrow to get more Puncturing Arrow level 1 stacks, as top lane wave will be dealt with. That might be the green light to invade over here on the left-hand side, and this is where we can see that minus spell armor and physical armor from the Huntress mark of Tyrande, but that does not have a very long duration. I believe 3 seconds baseline. Dahaka's pushing a wave up in bottom. The defense is looking pretty good on both sides. 20,491 to 21,457. And Yrel goes and manages the bottom wave. Dahaka brush stocks in for the flank. There's a center throw. The light bomb comes through. The Dragon's Arrow into Anduin. The ally toss pulls Anduin to safety. Dahaka thrown in. The isolation lands on the Vala. Is there a drag from Dahaka? He does not have that paralyzing enzymes level 7. Or sorry, the feeding frenzy level 7 for the cooldown reduction. It's that W build as we talked about at the start of the game. But the first half of the Immortal does go over to the right-hand side. The Righteous Hammer lands onto Muradin. He's going to try and back away. Does not want to use his Avatar. Shadowstalk is available. Will be utilized. Warlord's Challenge coming through from the Garrus. The Rain of Vengeance is massive from the Vala. Here comes the Avatar. The Force of Will from Medivh as well. Nano is the first one to go down in this engagement as the rest of the team disengages through this portal. And they're going to try and straight up race, but the advantage is already over to the right side, or over to the left side of Rip. Yo, Kalis, what's up, bud? Happy Sunday. All right, third Immortal going into top lane in favor of Rip. Map 1 of this best of 7 series. 4-4 in kills. Level 15 on the horizon. Talent here is still a little bit to go. 23 stacks for that Thrall, by the way. 27 for your Vala. 9 redemption on the Hanzo, as he was just taken down, so he loses 3 of the 12. He can get that back easily by getting 2 auto attacks onto an enemy hero to get a stack, and I believe you have to do it within 10 seconds. Yes, within 10 seconds. Mortal Savage spin onto Muradin. Force of Will denies a lot of that damage. Scatter from Nano coming out. 1 more auto onto Yrel is needed, and that's redemption fully stacked again. Top fort does go down. Hanzo with a Stormbolt looking to chase in. Sentinel from Tyrande thrown into the enemy team as well. A good scatter chunks onto the Immortal. And I believe that's the end of that siege. Top fort goes down. Meanwhile, Dahaka pushes a wave again into the fort of bottom, but he will not be able to get any structural damage as he needs to meander on out of here. No enhanced agility level 1, as I mentioned. Righteous Hammer bonk, and he's fine. Tossing the Groundbreaker onto Muradin. He's able to jump through the portal. Will there be a re-engage? Sentinel from Tyrande onto Krankle immediately. Banana getting some extra vision. A scatter to do the same for Hanzo, but that 16 talent tier looming for both teams. Dahaka on top lane. It is an offset fight. 4v5. Hanzo's the target of a heck load of damage. Medivh drops down the Shadowstalk from the Tyrande. There's going to be a big light bomb. Dahaka brush stocks in. Medivh is very low on the right side. Sven running down Medivh, but actually won't be able to. The tower shots actually zone Sven. Leap of Faith comes through. Ardent Defender was available. Leyline Seal comes through. There's a very low Muradin. Has to Dwarf Toss to safety with the launch level 16. And Medivh will have Temporal Flux 16. You've got your Giant Slayer, Tunneling Claws, a Celestial Attunement, Dwarf Launch. But the big thing to mention on the other side is that Alpha Wolf, you've got Vala going into Seething Hatred, a Earthshaker Garrosh, Glyph of Faith, and your Templar's Verdict as well. I believe this is the 4th, maybe 5th objective, and it will be on race potential sides. And we'll see how things start out here. Sentinel thrown from Tyrande just to get some scouting. Dahaka continues to soak in top lane. Left side camp grabbed as well, so it's going to be a little bit faster. And timing is about 1 to 3 seconds, or 2 to 3 seconds apart. Alright, immediate race onto the Immortals. Scatter. Savage Spin zones the enemies. And the race is looking real fast on the right side. God, it's such a close race between the two of them. 2k difference, roughly. A little bit more than that, 2,100. Yrel heads to top lane, Dahaka and bottom, 4v4. As the Immortals are now on defensive sides. Vala steps up with a couple Hungering Arrows. Looking to get a little bit of initial siege damage. Backs away to safety. Sonic Arrow scouts her out. Hanzo trying to poke and do the exact same thing. Dahaka in bottom lane still soaking up. I believe he already used Brush Stock. I'm going to check really quickly and see the cooldown. It's actually off cooldown. Defensive ping in this bush. Medivh is going to float ahead. Dahaka still soaking bottom for the allies. Scatters poke here and there from Hanzo. Lunar Flare landing onto Dino as well. Sonic Arrow to get more vision. Leyline Seal from Medivh. No level 20, no Medivh cheats. But as I mentioned, Temporal Flux, keep an eye on that cooldown as Medivh gets hits onto the enemy. Shadow Stalk, Light Bomb, the Rain of Vengeance. Hanzo gets deleted. Dahaka tries to come through. The Warlord Challenge will activate. And that's Krankle getting a nice groundbreaker onto DK and Serdath. The fight is really not going the way of Gaffel's Girthy Gremlins as Sven jumps in once again with a Righteous Hammer. Vala vaulting in, trying to get more hits into the Immortal, and this is going to be another Immortal phase over the left-hand side of Rip. Almost 17 minutes in-game time, and it's going to go bottom lane as that is the more well-defended lane currently. More health on the Keep Gate. But is this a game-winning push for the side of Rip? It's a little early. 2 more stacks for Thrall needed to finish out Crash Lightning. We do have some pre-well taps to be had as they are looking to really pressure into the enemy. Krankle going to go down the corridor on the right-hand side.
There is no place
Medivh scouting. Wave is going to be cleared out by Vala Dino as well as Thrall Susbos. And Lightning goes out. Groundbreaker's going to be there. Toss onto Murid, and the Rain of Vengeance denies him being able to back away. The Dragon's Arrow creates the space needed. Warlord's Challenge. Light Bomb. That Light Bomb a little mistimed, and Yrel is going to look to Avenging Wrath over the wall for a Righteous Hammer flank onto some of these weaker health pool heroes. There's the Avenging Wrath, Righteous Hammer onto Medivh. The Groundbreaker misses, the Sundering does connect. The Root from Thrall is going to be perfectly placed. There's a Force of Will from Medivh and a portal set up. The Raven Familiar bouncing around. Immortal getting huge damage into keep through bottom lane as the Groundbreaker lands on a burden into a toss. Force of Will denying some incoming damage. Shadowstalk from Tyrande does get activated. Keep will go down. Lunar Flare gets another couple stacks into the enemy, and that is Rip calling for a disengage. Portal set up by Medivh, but it just pulls abilities out from the enemy. No CC to be applied by Rip into Gaffel's Girthy Gremlins, but this is a pretty controlled map for Rip. Muradin threatening onto Krankle. Lunar Flare connects. Thrall has Crash Lightning finish, which means his Chain Lightnings prioritize enemy heroes. No Thunderstorm 16. Lot of Alpha Wolf lately. For 3 seconds after heroes hit by Feral Spirit, Thrall base attacks against them deal an additional 3% of the target's maximum health as damage. Passively increase the duration of Feral Spirit's route to 1.5 seconds. Makes sense. It makes sense with that level 4 Frostwolf pack. Warlord Challenge Light Bomb. That is going to be such a big moment here. But wait a minute. There's not a lot of members dying. Leyline Seal onto 4, and they're backing away. Are you serious? Bro, how did they not get a multitude of kills there? They're still just running at him. Vala's getting a camp in bottom lane, though, actually, so yeah, they're not... They ran at him for maybe a little bit of damage here and there, but unable to get a kill. Oh, dude, that Leyline Seal was fight-ending. 43 stacks, by the way, on the Vala. If we're curious about scaling, we have 258 damage from that, and then the first arrow is 307, so the first hit is over 550 damage. Oof, the panic portal? They may have had a bad portal, but they had a S-tier leyline seal. Light bomb combo, everything thrown at Jahaka. He goes down, bullseye from Hanzo, lands into the enemy. As it is 20 talent tiers with your Censure, Death Wish, Seraphim, Acrobat, and your World Breaker for Thrall. Medivh cheats. We have your... Oh no, Krankle with the toss, the Chastise Piercing Light with the Censure. Portal from Medivh is set up, but he's unable to get through it. And now it's DK popping Avatar, getting the Dwarf Toss to the side. The Chastise lands on him. Vala should have the necessary damage to take down Muradin. No, he's got a Dwarf Toss to the side. Contagion, by the way, for the Dahaka. And that Tyrande went Shooting Star. I think I missed that one. Fallen Shaman plus double catapult in top lane is going to be weakening and nearly taking down the keep. Tyrande Muradin will be able to clear things out, but this is a full health Immortal over to the left-hand side. Vala's going to eat a hit of the Immortal. They don't care, as this is definitely map number 1, leaning in favor of Rip. This left side camp is not even necessary, Sven. In my opinion, Immortal wins it right here in the top lane. I mean, it's dealing probably, what, over 2k damage into structures? Just over 2k damage in structures with 28,000, nearly 29,000 points of health, and I believe a similar amount of shielding, right? Yep, just about 29,000 on shielding and HP. Nearly 60,000 for this Alarian Immortal. Garrosh pops Indomitable, looking to throw people around. Leyline seal. Uh-oh, bottom left of your screen. Bottom left, Muradin maybe caught out. Dwarf launches to the side of the portal from Medivh set up. Garrosh is the one to be taken down, but Gaflo is going to be saved for a moment. Unfortunately, I think he's still going to be taken down by Vala, who vaults in. The Hungering Arrow will chase in, but no, Gaflo does not go down. Lunar Blaze completed by the Tyrande. Still, the Immortal is in, it was in range mode for a moment. Leyline seal from Medivh captures 3, allowing them to work through this Immortal, but still, Rip are going to step up. Avatar from Muradin activated. It's a 4v5. Immortal's chunking onto the core. They're going to focus onto Muradin, try and take him down. Dino, the target of a heck load of damage right now, and the Immortal will weaken the core. The Thrall and friends clear things out, and map number 1 in this best of 7 grand finals over to Rip. What's up, Kalaboth? How you doing today, bud? Happy Sunday. Absolutely phenomenal timing on my part, the streamer. We are back into it, everyone. I ran and got a cup of tea. I got myself a little leg stretch down the hallway, and we are in it into map number 2 of this best of 7 grand finals. I'm going to scoot myself back over here because this is actually the better spot in the end. So let's see here. So the members of Gaffel's Girthy Gremlins opted in for first pick as the losing side. Rip will be the ones to choose Sky Temple as map number 2. In this best of 7 grand finals of the Eternal Conflict Season 1. We've got a couple bands coming through. For those that may have joined us a little bit late, welcome on in. It is Rip on the left, Gaffel's Girthy Gremlins on the right. And we do have standard Heroes of the Storm draft style. No tournament shenanigans, no restrictions, no meta madness, none of that. So the 10 heroes we saw in the previous map could be played again. But it is going to be a Blaze Sylvanas out the gate banned away. ETC going to get target banned as well. That's a target ban onto Krankle, who has an insanely good ETC in their roster. Lucio to be removed as well. So Sky Temple, Vikings, Samuro, Medivh, even Abathur. This is the map for a lot of these unique and interesting heroes. Zagara has seen some play as well, so there's that possibility. First pick for Gathlos Girthy Gremlins. What do they want? Hanzo is available if they want to lean in that direction again. Nano Hanzo's... Actually, you know what? Nano had an insanely good Li Ming in map 1 up against Rabid Raccoons. I'd really like to see another Li Ming. Tyrael at the start kind of makes me believe there'll be a Sergeant Hammer. Tyrael Sergeant Hammer goes really well together for movement speed buffs and also attack speed buff if you want to go into Swift Retribution, but even baseline Smite still has a movement speed buff for the Sergeant Hammer, which is nice as well. So that might be, there might be like an inkling of a Sergeant Hammer coming through. I'm sorry, there's 40k out the gate in the blind gamble.
I will fight.
The wait is over.
All right, blind gamble, best gamble. Cav, kudos to you, bud. Well, if anyone wants to match Cav's 40k blindly, go for it. Rhaegar Cassie on the left-hand side. All right, so not too bad of a start. Chain heal. You've got your cleanse, 60-second cooldown. Cassie with decent mobility. Valkyrie could be the pickup. Ball Lightning. Now, Ball Lightning earlier into Tyrael, I feel like didn't get much value in that best of 5 series.
Here we go again.
But Valkyrie, I mean, Valkyrie could get mitigated by Sanctification as well. I guess you just wait out the Sanctification, then use Ball Lightning or Valkyrie. Chromie Brightwing with a Tyrael as well, and unless they're considering taking it for Rip, I feel like a Hammer Ban is just safe. Oh, Ninja's going for it. All right, there it is. Big old odds on map number 2. I don't hate the... Ooh, Varian. Huh. That could have been a Colossal Smash Varian. So, hold on. If they're getting rid of Varian, is it like a Shattering Throw they're afraid of? Or maybe... is it... I think that's why. I think they were gonna go. I think they were actually gonna go Probius. Now this does open up the avenue for a potential Tracer. Obviously, you see Dino on the Cassia, but there is swapping phase. I'm not sure if they will consider that. Dahaka, Cassia, Rhaegar, a pretty simple draft on the left side. They do have a global to match into the Brightwing. Will they pick up a second in Falstad? They will pick up their main tank. They don't want to flex their last pick as the main tank. So this makes a lot of sense in the draft. Go for your healer, range assassin, bruiser, tank, and then flex the last one for whatever you might need as the Tyrael, Chromie, Brightwing. I still like the hammer, but I'm a little afraid. So maybe they won't consider the hammer. Zagara could be... I actually don't hate Zagara on this map right now. Summonables are pretty nice. Surdeath has a really good Vikings. So it's like a hyper carry Chromie. You have the utility of Vikings, but okay. Tyrael, Chromie, Brightwing, Hogger, and the Lost Vikings on the side of Gathlos Girthy Gremlins. Is this a last pick Zeratul? I know the meme is to say Butcher, but literally a last pick Zeratul would just, in my opinion, decimate the Vikings. Thanks for the refollow again, Ragnaros. And do you unfollow me every time? Why not just stay followed in a channel? You don't get the draft? For who? Push, fight, win. Hold a lane, have the Vikings do the rest. What's up, Random? Good to see you. I have an extension trying to figure out what it keeps. Got you. That's a weird extension. Let's get into it.
I would
Left side of the map is going to be Rip. We have Vasilio playing your Rhaegar, Dino on Cassia, Sven, Dahaka, Krankle, Johanna, and Sesbos will be your, Asmodan. Right side of the map, down in this best of 7 grand finals, it's Gavlo's Girthy Gremlins. You've got a Nano Chromie, Brightwing played by Banana, a DK Tyrael, Gaflo on the Hogger, Olaf, Balog, and Eric with the Mastery skin, a relic of the past, is going to be Serdath.
4, 3, 2, 1. Let your battle begin.
BTTV extension has never unfollowed anyone. That is the weirdest thing I've ever heard of. Unless you're not using BTTV extension, because BTTV is the one that auto-collects channel points. So if you're not using that, delete whatever you have and go get the BTTV one, because that's the one you really want. If it is unfollowing people, then I have no idea what settings you have, because that's the weirdest thing. Time Walker's Pursuit, you've got your On the Prowl for Hogger, Hypership Brightwing, Olaf the Stout, Interior with Ardent Restoration, Diablo going Greed level 1, Dahaka with his Dark Swarm, Enduring Swarm, you've got a Cassia going into Thunderstroke, a Zealous Glare, and Colossal Totem. Then Ragnaros, whatever you're using, uninstall it and go get the BTTV one. Seriously, that's the biggest tip I can give you today. Sure, bro? Sure, bro. I'm not your bro, friend. Left and right, Siege Giant camps to be grabbed. The Bruiser camps in the top lane are also grabbed, but look at DK on the right side of your screen is going to try and invade. Krankle floating around as well. Over in the top lane, it is going to be Vikings pushing things up with the help of Hogger. Dahaka looking for a Dark Swarm into the wave as well. At Horror Anomaly level 4 for the Chromie with the Time Walker's Pursuit. Couple auto attacks on the Dino here and there. Sven in top lane. There's a Facial from Brightwing. The Polymorph should go. Oh, wait. No, he gets Polymorph. Arcane Flare, but no kill. Burrow helps out. Staggering Blow. The gate taking a lot of damage. The early siege is very important on this gate. If they can control the entire top tower, Gaflos Girthy Gremlins could take down the entire fort as well. The siege is looking really good. Sven getting polymorphed. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, the Asmodan pushes into the bottom lane fort gate. That's a good drag from Dahaka. Sven very low. DK will not be taken down as they continue to pressure onto the fort with a few autos here and there. Staggering Blow onto Dahaka. The polymorph is good as well. Dahaka burrows, pops a little bit of essence. I saw the Eldrune's Might thrown in by Tyrael, but he will not activate the teleport. As the siege continues, Chrome using time traps to tank tower shots, and our first objective phase will be here very soon. Hogger bouncing to the right side, getting away. Krankle here. Is there a Staggering Blow? There is, but the Iron Skin mitigates the drag from Dahaka. So on point, and Rip finds first blood in map number 2 of this best of 7 series. And this siege in bottom lane from Asmodan looking pretty good. No one's really dealt with him. Eric's trying to. I do see a rotation ping to bottom lane, and the fort defense doesn't even help out Eric. It looks like Balog dies somewhere else. We do have Brightwing taking down top left fort with the top shrine controlled, and we'll get some mid shots in a mid fort gate. Krankle, Dino, Vasilio chilling on this point. Gaflo with a little Staggering Blow. Uh-oh, that bounce did not look too good. Is there going to be a punish into this? Absolutely. Dino sets up the second kill for his allies, and that'll be more experience coming through for the crew of Rip in map number 2 as our Twitch Gamble closes out with a pretty good gamble. Krankle gets the remaining shots of mid. Dahaka does the same in top, and it is going to be gates to be weakened. Mid fort is a little bit low. A minion wave is coming through. Nano trying to push back Dino with a lot of sand, and Dino's chunked, but a chain heal from Rhaegar with Earth Living Enchantment level 4 comes through with a little extra healing since Dino was below 50%. It's 219 over time. Asmodan has another wave pushed onto bottom fort, which is down to 50%. Here's the big thing to mention. Next objective phase will be singular in the bottom of the map. Bottom shots will prioritize bottom fort, into mid, into top. Mid fort will fall. Cassia looks for the Fend to take down Eric, but he's going to be able to back away with 150. The dunk was fishing for the last bit of damage, but won't find it. Slowing Sands will be your heroic for Chromie, as she does have proper greeting level 7. I was casting this week, and someone was saying that, like, this build here is, like, weird. I'm like, what? This is, like, the most common Chromie build we see, I feel. Oh, I know. They were saying that they did. The person didn't take it Horror Anomaly. They took the armor debuff, if memory serves correct, and they still took proper greeting and like slowing sands. Minus 15 armor, still minus 15 armor. That's really nice. Burning Halo for your Tyrael, level 7. Heroics are coming through as we cycle through the other numbers. Isolation for the Dahaka. As well as Ancestral Healing. Azmodan will hearth out on the bottom left of your screen for a moment. There's a Ball Lightning from Cassia. Johanna, Azmodan holding their Heroics. Judgment Tyrael, Plague on Vikings, Blink Heal, Shockwave. We already saw the Chromie 10, which was that slowing stance as I mentioned. Demonic Invasion and Bless Shield. Dahaka lands a drag onto a Viking in top, and they will be taken down. Sven should have an easy time clearing the top lane wave, as the stats at the bottom of the screen will rotate through. I think Azmodan had an awkward laser there. That was weird. Didn't even see it really start. I heard it go out, but I didn't actually see the animation or anything. Crankle immediately trying to get to the bottom point. If it is a contested point, no shots fire out. And letting this Viking sit here on the point is, I think, a little bit of an issue in my opinion. Free siege in favor of Gathlo's girthy gremlins as Azmodan rotates into top lane. Sven pushing onto the forward. We do have bottom lane engagement now on this point. Time trap onto Johanna. Bless Shield immediately thrown out after. There's an Ancestral. There's a Ball Lightning. Healing debuff. Dahaka brush stalks in. Nano time stops to avoid that drag. The isolation does land. Azmodan takes down a Viking in top lane and will guarantee that top lane fort as well, since he has so much available summon-wise, siege-wise, and still has that mage available. Vikings in bottom will try and regain control of these bottom shots, which will confirm bottom fort. Johanna stepping up. Blink heal from Brightwing, Shockwave from Hogger into Dino. The slowing stance. Dino's trying to back away from that one. A bounce from Hogger. The last shots come through. The Chromie goes down. Cassia fending into the Tyrael. Azmodan rotates down. He dunks, he lasers, and he gets the kill. Tyrael, about 3 seconds off that death timer right there, and a bottom lane fort will fall. Is there a pivot to boss? I don't think so. I don't think the death timers are quick enough, or long enough. Time Walker's Pursuit was used to scout out if the enemy goes for boss. They are not. They're going to see some hearts for mana, and next objective phase will be top and bottom of the map. Azmodan at 186 on his level 1, or baseline if you will, so another 14 stacks picked up, and he'll be able to grab himself that extra value on the All Shall Burn, and oh, that's a good Bless Shield onto the Hogger. Condemned to pull him back. A little healing debuff from that Sins Exposed level 7 of Johanna. But yeah, it's the, after gaining 200 Annihilation, increase the range of All Shall Burn, the E laser by 25%, and Demon Warriors gain 20% attack speed and movement speed. Not the Lieutenants. Lieutenants are the D, Demon Warriors are the W, for those wondering. They used to be generals. They actually got demoted when Azmodan had like a semi-rework. Actually, Azmodan did pretty much have a rework. But that was, at this point, that was like, God, that was like 4 years ago? Maybe more. Time flies. Time flies in the Nexus. Right side camp will not be invaded. There's a little bit of poke and vision around the boss in the sense of just checking to make sure that no one's sticking around for that one. But when it comes to objectives, realistically, Rip can just sit here and trade objectives and they will still be in the advantage. They still have their fort in mid. And Azmodan, he'll throw a Demon Warrior in top lane. Dahaka finds a drag into DK. And that's going to be Brightwing taken down. Boss Tornado pushing people around. Rhaegar, they leash the boss. Gafflo, I think, is seen in the bush, though. Time stop from Chromie. Staggering blow into the Dahaka. Little Hogger bounce, and he ends up over by the boss. He's isolated from his team. DK cannot help out. The laser from Azmodan is broken by Hogger as he's able to back away far enough. Bottom shots and tempos, top tempo shots are going to be picked up by the Vikings. a little annoying on that factor as Fen will tap a bush and maneuver his way up into top lane. W build for that Dahaka, by the way, with the Dark Swarm, sorry, the Enduring Swarm level 1. You've got your Hero Stalker 4, Symbiosis 7, and Primal Swarm 7, or 13. Gosh, I'm all over the place on stats today. Serdath, forced off a top. I think Dahaka wants to play this safe. Cassia, Rhaegar, they're going for boss. Is this scouted by the Chromie Time Trap? No. They're actually not going to be on boss right now. We're baiting it, sorta. Hogger misses the staggering blow, looks for a Hog Wild. Is able to break away from another laser of Azmodan. Top temple shots breaking into the top keep. 16 talents here by the side of Rip, but they're kind of falling behind on the macro. It is keeps to keeps, but a little more damage on that top lane. And this bottom objective, Dahaka needs to literally sit on the point for one shot, and then he can leave because the rapid shots will auto-trigger into the keep gate tower, which I don't think this even takes it down.
And so
just weakens it. 16 on both sides, 45 regeneration globes for those Vikings. I believe that's tracking correctly. I'll check in a little bit. Judgment from Tyrael into the Cassia. She gets cleansed by the Rhaegar. Looking to chase in further. Is there ball lightning from Cassia? Not for 13 more seconds. Tyrael, Aldruin's Might with the Holy Ground to back away. And top lane wave is pushed onto the keep via a Viking. Is there anyone to hearth out? Azmodan trying to do so. Serdath, I think, was going to move Olaf up to try and get the delay, but Azmodan had that in time. Laser onto the wave. And Serdath will sacrifice a Viking trying to get a little more damage onto the keep. Azmodan will have one more auto. 2 more autos. And they'll take down a Viking in top lane. Back over in the mid. Dahaka caught by a time trap. Tyrael with the Eldruin's Might thrown in. No staggering blow onto Dahaka. He lands the drag onto Tyrael, but there's no allies around to play into this. Cassia fending in. Eldruin's Might with a little Holy Ground block as well. Siege Giants on the left will be started and picked up by Sven and Basilio. Deathless game so far on the side of Rip, but they've lost quite a few structures. They're going to siege in through mid lane. Azmodan trying to get his Hell Rift to trigger at level 16, and he does. Little extra siege coming out from that warrior that's auto-summoned down into bottom lane. The push potential seems pretty big over here. But objective phase is here, and realistically, if Rip just plays the objective, they're going to get so much value. Totem, going to try and take a Viking down. Unable to do so. Dunk onto the keep gate. Cassie with 68 stacks on that level 1. 300 baseline for Azmodan. 22 regeneration globes for Tyrael. The Vikings, I'm just curious right now, is this tracking correct? 54 is the correct tracker. Hopefully I didn't break it by checking them. Cassia fending into DK. The Tyrael looking to jump in as well. That's a staggering blow. Shockwave, that's a huge amount of damage. Jahanna's the one to be taken down. Cassia now going to activate a ball lightning, fending into Banana. Looking to try and get the trade, and they will be able to do so. Azmodan on the left-hand side split by Gaflo. Sesbos is trying to find a better position. Dino still chasing onto a Viking. Nano will time out. Gaflo gets the kill in the bottom left. Rhaegar goes down to the Tyrael somewhere else, and Nano goes down as well. Dahaka Darkswarm is active. Tyrael with the Eldruin's Might. Hogger's really healthy. Dino does not have many, if much health. But the big thing to mention, more structures will fall on the side of Rip, and Cassia needs to hearth out or tap. Yeah, this is sketch to say the least. Tyrael is hearthing out. Dahaka does land a drag over here. Regeneration Globe goes over to Dino as the top keep has been taken down by tower shots. This will be mid lane keep as well. Rip is falling apart in Sky Temple map number 2.
Change the channel!
Finland!
Finland!
Thank you for the raid, bud. I appreciate it. Hope you had a good stream. Welcome on in, Raiders. We are in the grand finals of the Eternal Conflict Best of 7 series, map number 2, Sky Temple. And the members of Gaffle's Girthy Gremlins in the red, the GGGs, are rallying and making this look real good for a potential 1-1 score at the end of Sky Temple, but we'll see if Rip can play aggressive. Their team fights have been pretty strong. Gaflo really split from this team. Has the mount active. Dahaka, do you have a drag? Thank you, Ashmantle, for the shout-out. Hogger bounces. Phase shift from Brightwing comes through as well. Condemned from Johanna. A Duncan from Asmodan. Soothing miss from Brightwing. Cassia fending in. Shockwave from the Hogger finds the enemies. That's going to be an Ancestral Healing coming out from Rhaegar. The Farseer's Blessing doesn't splash over to Dino here, but that's going to be Brightwing Hogger to be popped like pimples. Here comes Dahaka into that Viking. Olaf is trying to back away and will be able to do so. DK gets hit by a little bit of damage, but with the death timers where they sit, what is the game plan from Rip? Are they going boss, or are they going to just try and end through bottom or mid? They're going boss. Meanwhile, the Vikings are pushing things up and top. We have Dahaka managing that lane. What's up, Turbo? What's up, Finland? Hello, hello, friends. Thank you again. Hopefully your stream was a good time. Back over at the boss pit, that's going to be Asmodan taken down by Chromie. Judgment from the Tyrael into Cassia. Surdath really low on one of those Vikings. Cassia goes for the fend. A Viking going to be taken down by the Johanna on Chromie, picked off by Rhaegar as well. Dino going to hearth out to go deal with the Hall of Storms as Dahaka brush-stalked in to help out, and the Vikings did have a decent wave pushed up. Shielding broken, but no kill. War Traveler from Dino, he is furious with this Viking as a jump comes through and Surdath gets taken down. Tyrael chilling in the bush. He has that Eldruin's Might, and I think he was going to look for a Holy Ground steal, but now Tyrael now trying to back away. Phase shift from Brightwing. Cassia chasing in. Ball Lightning gets applied. It is infinite Ball Lightning, but Brightwing blinks and breaks that connection, so it's instantly going to be canceled out. Radiating Faith, you've got the... that's going to be a really good drag. Polymorph is the answer. Crankle throws a Bless Shield back. Tyrael! Tyrael steals the boss with Eldruin's Might and Holy Ground! Oh my god, that's tilting. And the Vikings, meanwhile, are getting objective. Vikings coming through with mid-objective. Bosca's going onto that very low keep, a Viking jump. If Rip turns this around, I am going to be blown away, honestly. Staggering blow. Polymorph onto Dahaka. Sven getting low here. Activates some Essence and Tunneling Claws. Judgment from the Tyrael. Ancestral lands onto Sven. Asmodan dealing with bottom lane. And Boss will confirm that keep in bottom. Johanna falls to Chromie damage. A Viking picked off in the trade. Boss is on core at 10% HP. Catapult's helping out with that. Shielding broken, but this is Gaffel's Girthy Gremlins running at the enemy core. Will they be able to end here? 45 on Johanna Death Timer. Dunk out from Asmodan. Dahaka. There's a Judgment onto the Rhaegar on the left-hand side. The Shockwave from Hogger comes through as well. Dahaka getting a little bit low. Hogger bounces off his own loot hoard as DK takes a little bit of tower shots, but with 25 seconds left on Johanna, that's a call to disengage. The Vikings play again, but no other play to be had. Okay. Tyrael gonna hearth out. Dahaka brush stalking over on the right side. Drag. Phase shift from Brightwing. Cassie goes in with the fend. The ball. Oh, that's a huge kill onto Chromie right there. Massive kill onto Chromie. 60-second death timer. Johanna's going to go manage bottom lane. Next objective phase is double. Middle and bottom. And Cassia, Rhaegar look to step up. Judgment from the Tyrael into Cassia. She gets cleansed by Rhaegar. Ball Lightning goes out from Cassia into DK. Maybe getting a full reset, but that's Cassia to be taken down. Brightwing chased by a few of Asmodan's summonables. And realistically, the Vikings just need to sit on these points. Are we getting a base race in map number 2? They're going in through mid-keep. But the objective, yeah, they're gonna try and end. They're going for broke on this. I don't blame them whatsoever. Dunk onto the wave to clear things out. Auto attacks are coming through. Judgment from the Tyrael lands onto the Asmodan, who is probably the biggest pusher in this situation. Rhaegar stunned up a little bit against the wall. Is there Ancestral? Not for 90 seconds. Silence goes out as well. The core on this right side is falling, but is it going to be enough? Temple shots are going out as well. It's going to be such a close race, but the temple shots are going to be faster. No fucking way! Are you serious? 1% core! What? Whoa. What? Oh my god. Literally 1%. Not like this, dude. Oh, not like this. Oh, it's a 1-1 score, everybody. There was literally one moment. There was actually one dunk from Azmodan that he used on the wave and not the wave and the core, and that literally would have been the difference. Welcome back, everybody. Map number 3 in this best of 7 grand finals. On the left side, it's going to be Rip. On the right side, it's going to be Gafflo's Girthy Gremlins, and it's a 1-1 score, as I mentioned. The losing side of Rip opted in for map pick priority, giving first pick over to Gafflo's Girthy Gremlins. And let's get that Twitch prediction started for all of you at home. And we can get going into this this Dragonshire draft. A Sylvanas will be banned away by the side of Gafflo's Girthy Gremlins. Rip will get rid of what? They're going to get rid of that Chromie. Dude, Nano Chromie last map was key and critical. There was some really amazing Chromie plays coming out from Nano there. What do we have, though, for ban phase? Is this another ETC ban? Will they continue to just target ban Crankle's ETC and force them onto something else? Or will they take a risk and give it away? I doubt they steal it. Like, I doubt they don't ban it, then take it themselves on the side of Gafflo's Girthy Gremlins. Yeah, Ragnaros and Stitches, whatever you're using, literally go into your extensions, delete it. Completely delete it out, and go get BTTV. It's super easy, super straightforward. Also, I mean, there's an easy way to avoid ads, just saying. We've already had a bunch of sub goals this week. I'm not gonna hound people for subs or anything. Johanna will be banned away with the Chromie, ETC Sylvanas. First pick Rhaegar, first pick Blaze. What do they want to do here on the side of Gafflo's Girthy Gremlins? I'm gonna go Rhaegar.
Fight to my last breath.
Okay. I mean, it's nothing like flashy, it's nothing crazy, it's just a solid healer pickup at the start, and your draft can really unfold in any direction because Rhaegar's a good dive hero. He can also play in the control compositions with totems, slows, and stuff. His mobility is really good as well, and then you have the baseline cleanse. What do we want to start out here on the left side, though? Will they go for that early Blaze? I'm gonna grab Hogger again. Or wait, no, Hogger was on the opposing side. So they will have Hogger Malfurion. Alright, that's not too bad. Shockwave, Root, Wave Clear's good. Staggering Blow, baseline for a stun into the wall. Loot Horde stuff for blocking or terrain creation. But the Malfurion is one of those things where it's like, oh, they're probably going to go for a Tracer.
With every death comes honor. With honor, redemption.
Oh, Rhaegar, Muradin, Hanzo. Do they ban a solo lane? Looks like one of the observers DC'd. So we'll get them back in here in just a second. That's literally like a 2-second DC. I don't know why that happened. Open? Oh, okay. Well, we gotta go through the draft again. Unfortunately, one of the observers DC'd there, so we'll get back into this in just a moment.
Dragonshire.
There it is. All right, so Dragonshire. We'll see the start of the draft once again. Unfortunately, there was a tiny little DC from one of the observers, but no big deal. So we were in the mid-ban phase. I think in mid-ban phase from Gafflo's Girthy Gremlins, I think that they banned the Tracer. It really does seem like Rip is setting up for a Tracer comp. They have the Hogger for the top lane. They've got a Malfurion. Malfurion isn't like, oh my god, that you have to go Tracer, but it's just a good synergy. We know Dino and Basilio do like to have that combo together. As we get into the repeated ban phase and all that good stuff, there's the Johanna ban. We'll get the first pick Rhaegar, then our
I will fight to my last
Malfurion and your Hogger. Then the Hanzo Muradin. And what was, I don't remember what the first ban was, or the third ban.
With honor,
On the left-hand side of Rip. No, I don't know if did we see, they will ban Vikings. Okay. Serdath gets a target ban Vikings. I anticipate a Dino target ban Tracer because Rip will have first pick after this ban phase, and yeah, it's a synergy together. But it is Dragonshire, and we'll see. I mean, Vala can still be picked up. Greymane can be still played. Maybe not Greymane. Maybe you do want that Vala. Genji's an opportunity if you want that mobility and stuff. Falstad's not too bad. I dare not say Lunara because we have literally seen like 0 play of her, I feel. Medivh Garrosh. Okay. Medivh Garrosh with a hypercarry Vala, probably. I don't think it's going to be a Cassia. The Vala scaling is really good. And her mobility, I think, is better than Cassia. I think her heroics are better as well. We don't see Strafe like ever, but Rain of Vengeance is just really nice to have. Last 2 picks, they need a solo laner into the Hogger. And, ooh, the Maiev is really strong here. Gaflow's Maiev is extremely good. A lot of control, a lot of CC set up on the side of Gaflow's Girthy Gremlins. And, last pick on the left. I still like the hypercarry Vala. I feel like you lean into Dino as the hypercarry. I don't think it's like a Falstad or anything like that. Falstad Gus is not bad, but I don't think they want that. There was like a 1% of me that remembered back in CCL on Dragonshire, Dino used to run Phoenix, and I was like, there's no way he's going to run Phoenix here. He hasn't done that in so long. He hasn't done that since literally CCL, I feel. And here it is. Well, Dino Phoenix is actually really, like, Phoenix's base kit is good. It's just his heroics are trash can. I know, right, Cat Peach? Yeah, it's real brave, I agree. Sylvanas and Tracer bans, Dino Center bans. Crankle ETC was banned away as well, but, I mean, Sylvanas has been really prevalent in this tournament, period, so I wouldn't say it's so much Dino as just Sylvanas is really prevalent in this entire tournament, and it's a safe ban. Crankle will be playing the Garrosh here on the left-hand side for Rip. We got a Dino, Phoenix, Sven, Hogger, Vasilia will be your Malfurion, and up in the sky is Sisyphos playing that Medivh. Right side of the map is going to be the team that just eked out a 1% core victory. Gaflow's Girthy Gremlins, Nano on the Hanzo, Banana is going to be that Rhaegar, Gaflow, Maiev, DK on the Muradin, and Serdath is going to be your Blaze.
Fight well.
Nice memento, simple geometry, totem for Rhaegar, dwarf block Muradin, and adrenaline stim pack as you have the portal mastery. On the prowl Hogger, unrivaled strength for Garrosh, Emerald Dreams, and Arsenal Synergy on the level 1 for Phoenix. Toss Groundbreaker, root from Malfurion, Thunderclap goes down to the ground from Muradin, DK gets a dwarf toss to safety as the chain heal from Rhaegar does come out. Well, we got 17,900 to 3,200, so there's odds. Thank you, everybody. Baseline stackage for Medivh being worked on, 7 of 40. As a reminder for maybe those that, don't know everything about Heroes of Storm, if Medivh does die before finishing stacks, he loses all stacks available or picked up. But of course, if he finishes up the baseline quest, then he will not be able to lose any of that stackage. Left and right Siege Giant camps grabbed. Gaflow's Girthy Gremlins a little bit faster on that camp timing. Speaking of camp timings, the top lane wave is being pushed in by Blaze a little bit faster. Sven did have to go tap well. might be able to answer back into the enemy minion wave. And these Siege Giants, I don't think they're going to find anything besides... Bruiser Camp, sorry. Bruiser Camp in top lane won't find anything besides experience for the teams. There is another Bruiser Camp in bottom going to be grabbed. Crankle getting chunked. DK with a little bit of body blocking. Dino steps up. A few auto attacks break through the shielding of this Phoenix as it mounts up. And as we all know, Krabs so well floats away. Maiev heading into top lane. Spirit of Vengeance, Herbal Bind. Nope. Augur backs away. Gaflo gets one auto onto the tower and is probably going to have to rotate out.
It's wet, slick, it's ready to go.
Capeach, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub. I appreciate that greatly. Thank you, bud. Toss onto Banana. There's going to be a Blinken from Phoenix as well. He did go into the target acquired. As we have Rhaegar going down to Garrosh. First blood picked up by Rip. But yes, the target acquired basic attacks against slowed heroes with Repeater Cannon active. Grant 10% movement speed for 4 seconds up to 40%. Augur holds the Sunshrine. Moonshine held by Rip. And Medivh tries to get a stack off of Gaflo. Portal set up. He's going to try and channel this, but Gaflo, yeah, if he just flew over Gaflo, I think they would have actually had this. Unfortunately for the side of Rip, Blaze will regain control of the Sunshine. Moonshine back at bottom. It's going to be a nice scuffle. Portal set up by Medivh. Raven Familiar is going to trigger here and there. Nano gets a natural agility to safety. Blaze in mid lane, clearing out the wave, making sure that this is not going to be a Dragon Knight picked up. That's a direct propulsion to safety. Augur will not be trying to pincer in from top lane, actually just pushing hard onto the fort gate with a small minion wave contingency. Portal set up by Medivh. He's going to jump in. Rhaegar lunges in. Garrosh a little bit low, gets a Force of Will. Fan of Knives going out from Maiev. She does have pinned down level 4, but not completed. 21 stacks for your Medivh baseline as the level 7 is slightly faster for Rip. Blaze lands a jet propulsion top lane onto Sven. Little auto attack trading here and there. Muradin catching Soak in mid lane for the allies. And another Dragonite channel is available. No one getting a Dragonite just yet as Rhaegar looks to put himself on that point. Garrosh running at Nano. That's an Indomitable into Groundbreaker toss. Root from Malfurion. Short distance portal for the Raven Familiar. Activation and slow Banana body block. Lunges to a minion. Auto attack from Malfurion will be enough. And a second kill goes over the side of Rip. As the Sunshine will be held by Maiev and Blaze. Hanzo's Simple Geometry is completed. Scatter goes out. Nice stackage. Actually, well, Hanzo's already stacked, but good damage coming through as well. And he'll manage this Siege Giant camp before it gets out. Can Bose get the channel? Absolutely. First Dragon over the side of Rip. Jet propulsion into Phoenix. Is there a warp out for this Crab? No, Dino's just going to walk away. Savage Charge from Dragonite kicks Muradin towards the top lane, and Dragonite starts working on mid lane fort gate. A level lead has formed. Structure lead will be coming through. Muradin with this flank attempt lands the Stormbolt into Thunderclap, but Dino returns some damage into DK. Shielding still available. Big damage onto the fort through mid. Dragonite just at about 54%. A Savage Charge kicks Muradin further away. And a Flame Breath. Medivh is not done with his baseline stack, so he needs to make sure that he does not get picked off as the Dragonite goes down. And it looks like 21 seconds remain. They might cancel the Dragonite and just let it go. In top lane, things do get pushed out by Serdath, who's going to hearth out for full mana, HP. Dragonite in mid.
I have seen enough.
Spirit of Vengeance activated, but no teleport, no Umbral Bind. Stormbolt lands onto Garrosh. Medivh birds up and then comes back down with an immediate Arcane Rift to toss into DK. Warlord Challenge level 10, the staggering blow. There's a Leyline Seal as Dino is going to continue just to sustain auto attack. It is going to be Planet Cracker, Warlord Challenge, Leyline Seal, Hortipult, and Tranquility for the heroics on the side of Rip as they pivot back into bottom and top. Phoenix blinking down below, gonna start working on Bruiser Camp for the allies. Hogger with a vertical bounce over here doing the same thing. Ancestral, Bunker, Avatar, Containment Disc, and I assume it'll be Dragon's Arrow. Yep, there it is. Good boy, Bandit. Hanzo poking at the wave from the safe side of the wall. Doesn't have a gate available. Still has one tower to get some shots out. Hogger is being pushed into by the Blaze. I don't think there's a rotation up into him as there's focus on to Siege Giants on the bottom left of your screen and Medivh working on the wave. 28 of 40 stacks for him as Murden scouts out the enemy. Dwarf tosses to safety. Garrosh uses Portal to make a rotation to top lane a little bit faster. Nope, just kidding. Siege Giants for bottom lane will slowly walk their way in. That's going to be a Stormbolt onto Garrosh. Toss, Groundbreaker. Medivh picks up his 30th stack. Containment Disc misses. Vault of the Wardens from Gaflo. Short distance Haunting Wave activation of that teleport. Not Haunting Wave, sorry. Spirit of Vengeance. That's a level difference. Twin Flames fired out. Jet Propulsion lands onto Hogger to Siave. Hog Wild up away. Spirit of Vengeance, normal bind. And an Oil Slick slows. Twin Flame, good staggering blow, anticipating any sort of incoming Jet Propulsion or CC, but I think it was still on cooldown realistically. Moonshine held, that's a good toss. Groundbreaker. Dragon's Arrow lands on a Malfurion as well. Force of Will denying some of the damage. Avatar activated by the Dwarf King of Murden. And Hogger heads to top lane. Portal set up, allowing allies to back off, tap well, and maybe re-engage. Garrosh is the only one here. Assist pings coming out from Krankle. Toss, Groundbreaker, Medivh. That's a nice root, but meanwhile Phoenix was in mid lane soaking, so they cannot get the kill. They will be able to control the point, and I think Dino's trying to get the channel on this Dragonite that's coming up. And no, he's not actually. Just kidding. Prank. Mid lane being checked. Sonic Arrow on this channel point. Containment Disc onto Garrosh. Root onto the Maiev, though. Garrosh is silenced for a moment. The Groundbreaker misses because of the Vault of the Wardens, as Garrosh has tower shots applied, but they are denied by Force of Will. 2 stacks needed for Sesbos on that Medivh Arcane Rip baseline, and they're just going to run at Gaflo here. And they don't get it. Inspired Minion Wave gets some decent damage onto the fort. Tank and tower shots, of course. Fan of Knives from Maiev. Murden looking for a flank. Hanzo coming through as well. Stormbolt from Murden goes out. No connection. Dino jumps through the portal. And that's a clean disengage coming out from Rip. Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins will be able to hold the Moonshrine in the bottom. Sunshine still held by Hogger. Groundbreaker finds Gaflo. Vault of the Wardens and the Spirit of Vengeance able to jump away as Blaze pushes a wave up onto mid lane Fort Gate. It is a pretty simple map number 3. Nothing too crazy in this best of 7 grand finals. The craziest thing was last map on Sky Temple with a 1% HP, or 1% core. Garrosh still just running a Gaflo with the help of Medivh above, threatening and zoning. Dino unable to step up. I think he's trying to push up with the wave to maybe get a small inspiration, but Gaflo has a really good clear onto that. Leyline Seal, Hortipult in from the Hogger. But they cannot chase down Hanzo as he has the natural agility. The Dragon's Arrow lands on a 3. The Banana will use self-cast Ancestral. Medivh did finish his stack, so if he goes down here, it's no big deal as Rhaegar lunges in and chews up that bird. Stormbolt into Krankle as that's a Groundbreaker interrupted by a Blaze with a Jet Propulsion. And a double kill gets picked up by the side of Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. They may get Dragonite as Hogger's heading to top lane. Blaze is going to tap well in his rotation up. And he's going to try and hold this as Murden goes for the channel. Blaze so he's going to be pushed off once. Planet Cracker from Phoenix to interrupt the objective. And it does buy the time needed for Sven to get on this point. Staggering Blow interrupts the Jet Propulsion as the enemy team rotates into top lane. Oil Slick slows Sven. Meanwhile, Rhaegar chills in mid. And he's going to clear out the wave really quickly. Murden's the one to go inside of the Dragonite. And they delay out the Dragonite's delayed out by, like, what, 10-ish more seconds? That does give time for death timers to elapse and such. Containment Disc finds Phoenix. I think there was a Savage Charge attempted as well. Vault of the Wardens, no Groundbreaker connection. Dominable will be activated by Krankle. The Warlord Challenge is going to be there as well. Cleanse from Rhaegar, I think. At least I thought I heard a cleanse noise from Rhaegar. Garrosh steps up, toss Groundbreaker, root from Malfurion, Speeder of Vengeance goes out, but Maiev cannot activate the teleport in time. She does get taken down as 16 Talonteers picked up on both sides. And now Dragonite is on the disengage path away from the enemy. Krankle portals forward And the enemy team of Nano and Banana were able to back off with the natural agility and just the feral spirit movement speed. Murden, Indomitable afterwards. Rude from Malfurion. Oh, the mid-air toss onto DK. The Stormbolt lands. Hogger taken down by Hanzo in the top lane, but with the help of Blaze. And our bottom lane fort is going to be weakened, but not pushed into further, as the incoming minion wave from Rip will be able to push things back. My golly, G-Chat. Medivh scouts out camp on the right, but Phoenix, Malfurion are working on this top left. Blaze pushing a wave up into the fort gate, but Dino, Malfurion are here to push things back. And Blaze will have to jet propulsion to safety. Taking a look back over in the bottom lane. We do have this camp to be started out by the side of Gaffle's Girthy Gremlins. Intensity continues as the jet propulsion lands into Crankle. I think there's a Stormbolt in there as well, but regrowth activated. Garrosh is fine. He will not be taken down. I'd say this is the closest map in this best of 7 we've had so far. Like, when it comes to like levels, structures, definitely in the other maps it's one team kind of pulling ahead, the other team kind of making up ground in the latter half of the map, but this has been very equal throughout Dragonshire.
My beloved is gone, but his
Alright, my husband is dead as Shrine's activated in 25 seconds. That's going to be Murden thrown in. Rooted from Malfurion zones, Warlord challenge, Dragon's Arrow lands, Avatar gets activated, Leyline Seal connects onto Maiev, and I believe that's Hanzo. Planet Cracker comes out afterwards, the Groundbreaker's there. Nana uses natural agility to back away, the Ancestral comes through just in time, Staggering Blow, the bunker as well. Tranquility from Malfurion is here. Muradin Avatar is going to expire very soon. Ortapult in from Hogger. Hanzo gets taken down by Malfurion. Fan and Knives getting some resets. Alun's Wrath coming out as well, but it's Hanzo dead for the next 48 seconds. Dragonite available. This could be a Dragonite over the side of Rip if they split correctly. Crankle holds bottom. Dino working on the wave. We have Blaze heading to top lane. Deep still floating around. Staggering Blow into Muradin. Doesn't seem like there's a Dragonite priority during the Hanzo death. They're actually going to push onto bottom lane fort instead from the side of Rip.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Totem, Earth Grasp Totem onto Sven. The portal from Medivh set up. Hogger gets a kind of just a sideways bounce, no big deal. Leyline Seal misses onto Banana. Containment just finds Garrosh. It's a 1.5 second silence afterwards. As the Groundbreaker was fishing for an enemy hit. Level 19 to be achieved on both sides in a moment, and only one fort has gone down in nearly 15 minutes of this map. But keep in mind, there is a Dragonite available. Blaze will delay this. Murden will get this Moonshrine. But there should be a kill into Maiev. Warlord's challenge! She's taken down. Portal set up by Medivh. No one actually using it. And Garrosh running at Serdath. Adrenaline Impact was activated. Rip able to get another kill. 6-3 in kills, and the experience is slightly leading on the left. Oh, nice start. Congratulations, dude. That's awesome. Dragon's Arrow lands onto a few enemies. Planet Cracker comes through the map and does stuff. Portal set up by Medivh, a little back and forth. We do have a Leyline Seal fishing for something. Hortapult in from Hogger is a little deep. There's going to be a Staggering Blow. Hogwall canceled. Toss. Blaze gets the bunker mid-air. And that'll be disengage as 20 Talents here is almost here on the left-hand side. Sven going to go for the channel on the Sunshrine. No one in position for the Moonshrine. Murden, though, will be in mid to try and delay out objective. I feel like this objective is inevitably going over to the left-hand side. Medivh is going to jump inside. Portal set up to allow Hogger. That was a weird portal. All right, Crankle gets inside.
Fire comes for you.
20 Talents here. We've got the Armageddon Beam, Death Wish, Seeing Red for, or Anger Management, sorry, for Hogger. Seeing Red is level 7. Medivh with his Medivh Cheats and your Serenity. On the opposing side, it will be Spirit Orb Vent, or Shadow Orb Huntress for the Maiev. Farseer's Blessing, Rewind Muradin, Fortified Bunker, and your Bullseye Hanzo. As Dragonite is chunked and mostly taken down through mid, will get the fort. Blaze misses the Jet Propulsion top lane on to Phoenix, who's able to get the warp on the left-hand side. Dragonite at 16%, 50 seconds of duration left. Garrosh the one inside. Savage Charge. Kicks the Muradin to the side, but Garrosh will be not dropped out of this just yet. He's actually going to cancel it right there a little early. And invade onto the right side camp. None to be had. Actually, Hoggers in bottom. Phoenix is going to start working on siege camp for bottom lane as well. Garrosh steps up into a more anchored position. Camp is grabbed, but Medivh sets up a portal, but the containment just locks Garrosh down. The Leyline Seal, the Planet Cracker is anti-synergistic with that Leyline Seal, basically. It did create some space for Garrosh. Staggering blow, Dragon's Arrow lands. There's a cleanse, or sorry, a Force of Will onto Crankle Garrosh. Double camp in bottom lane needs to be managed, but it will find minimal siege value as Mayev's already in lane. All right, well, nearly 18 minutes into Dragonshire, map number 3 of this best of 7, and things are looking pretty equal outside of structural differences and kills. We have just about level 21 to a little over 21, so slight scaling, but I don't think we're getting a team fight anytime soon down that. Actually, hold on, Surdeath goes in for the Jet Propulsion, Dominable activated, Leyline Seal from Medivh, finds 4, but what's the follow-up? Containment Disc from Gaflo. On to Crankle Garrosh. Stormbolt missed? That was weird. Vortipult flank from Hogger. Planet Cracker through this corridor is pretty decent. It gets 1 kill. Medivh gets the other. Medivh will get a double kill. Triple kill overall. Dragonite available in 10 seconds. I'd like to just see a setup for a Dragonite and a soft push into bottom lane, maybe.
There must always be a driving
Phoenix
knight.
in bottom, Medivh heading to top. Camp in top lane pushing onto the fort as well. Hogger bouncing into the center objective area. Garrosh, as I said, is pushing up in bottom. That soft siege. And top lane fort is gone. This is priority from bottom lane from the dragon. The trajectory is already there too. Gonna just zigzag. Nice flame breath into the mid lane wave just to push that out a little bit. The allies of Rip are gonna push in onto the keep and weaken that already. This Dragonite might just be a GG moment. This Dragonite is currently hitting for quite a bit of damage. Almost 1,000 damage into structure per auto attack as that fort goes down, or that keep goes down. Containment just gone to Garrosh. Shrugs it off. Avoids the core defenses. Shielding being dropped. 1 second on the Blaze and Muradin. Rhaegar just now coming back as well. Dragonite just below 50%, actually getting close to 30. Planet Cracker forces out the Ancestral. Burden's literally standing in it, and Dragonite confirms the fort. Ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be Rip with the lead in this best of 7 series. They got to win 2 more maps to take victory in Eternal Conflict Season 1. But hey, they're closer to it now than they were in Sky Temple. All right, well, we'll get another lobby going, and I'll run out the ads, and we'll get going into map number 4 in just a moment, after we check some stats, and remind you to use your Prime Gaming and all that good stuff. Back into it as we get into Alterac Pass for map number 4 in this best of 7 grand finals. The left-hand side of Rip are leading the series with a 2-1 score. My name is Bahamut, if you did not know somehow, some way, and if you're not following the stream, why? Why would you hurt Bandit's feelings like that? That's rude. Sylvanas will be your first ban on the right side for Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins, for those that may be late to the party or coming in late for the entire tournament or whatever. Best of 7, no tournament shenanigans. This is the grand finals. It is I believe it's a 75-25 split on the prize pool. 1 second, I can actually look that up really quickly as I start the prediction for all of you. No. It's a 3-way split. It is first takes 750 euros, second takes 500, And then third place takes 250. Now, there are Eternal Champion points, which is good. So the Eternal Conflict is going to be a multi-season tournament is the game plan. And so there's going to be points that you can pick up as winning teams. So that way you can have, what's it called? Better positioning in future seasons. Now, future seasons is the key word in this situation because you can support a Season 2 of this tournament by clicking that second link, the GoFundMe. It's a safe link. I've checked it, all that good stuff. It will take you over to the Eternal Conflict GoFundMe, and if you'd like to support Here's the Storm, they are currently 62% of their way, so they're at €928 of the 1,500 they're aiming for. So if you have some extra change around, if you'd like to support Here's the Storm tournaments, if you'd like to get a second season of this, which from my understanding will be happening sometime in the 2026 year, I believe like Q1, somewhere in there, because we do have another tournament coming up mid-November. Another tournament will be coming up at the end of the year, but either way, let's go ahead and get into it, because we are going to be seeing Alterac Pass for map number 4, Chromie Blaze banned over on the side of Rip, and Gaffles Girthy Gremlins will get rid of the Sylvanas and the Probius. Hogger first picked on the right side, and then an Anduin ETC. Crankle gets the ETC that has been banned out against him for 3 maps in a row. Rhaegar with Johanna and the Hogger is not too bad, and the last 2 picks are going to be probably your damage dealers. There is a possibility for like a hyper carry character, and then another bruiser. So you run like a 1-3-1 setup, and then maybe you cycle your Hogger out of mid lane, or out of top lane or bottom, probably top lane, so that way you can get the camp. So you like rotate Johanna into top, Hogger to the camp, and then you still have your Rhaegar and core, or your Rhaegar and your hyper carry in the mid lane, and then your other solo laner in bottom is doing whatever they need to do. That's what I'd like to see. Zeratul will be banned away. Vikings are up and available, and Vikings are very good on this map. Because Rip has played it, Sesabos plays an insanely good Probius to where they have won a lot of games with it. I think the Probius has like a over 75% win rate overall in this tournament. That's why. It is a pick that Sesabos makes look really good. And also, Siege is a massive priority in the current patch, and Probius does Siege really well. That's why you also see Rip taking Asmon in from time to time, because the Siege potential is so very high from that. And they're playing more of a macro style in that direction. But Anduin, ETC, Medivh, and Sonya on the left-hand side, they need a... So it's both teams going a hyper carry direction? Possibly? I don't know what they want to do here on the right side. Vikings are available if they want to do Vikings. And actually, they could go Vikings Hammer. That actually could work out. But the portal from Medivh is a bit of a nuisance, so they'll go Hammer and Thrall. Okay, no Vikings. What's this pickup on the left side, though? They banned out the Zeratul, which is an interesting choice, but I mean, Zeratul on this map is not bad whatsoever. They have Sonya for solo. I really am not a crazy fan of the Rip draft so far. They need some sort of hyper carry. Will they go a Dino Tracer here? It's available. Pick up Gul'dan instead. Their wave clear was a bit lackluster for a Tracer, but I thought maybe they could make it work or something. But Gul'dan will be the last pick. I mean, I really like the Gaffos Girthy Gremlins draft personally. I think the Hammer is such a hard thing to deal with. The Thrall Hog, I really like Gaffos Girthy Gremlin draft. The Medivh is always the X factor, so we'll see how that all works out. But let's get into the game, everybody. Oh, that's good soda water. All right. Map number 4 in this best of 7. And let's see, will Rip pull ahead with a 3-1 score, or will Gafflos Girthy Gremlins set things up for effectively a best of 3, or make this a 2-2 score? Yeah, Gul'dan has a lot of range poke. He's got, if he goes into Echoed Corruption, he's probably just going to sit there and try and stack off a Hammer. Horrify is a good control tool as well for boss engagements. Yeah. Yeah, Gul'dan's a very fine pick. I mean, the members of RIP were very much lacking in wave clears. Sonya does her own thing. ETC can be okay, but Anduin and Medivh are kind of meh when it comes to wave clears. So they really needed something extra, in my opinion. I think the Gul'dan slots in well. I think the Tracer would have been a mistake pickup. I really do think so. On the left-hand side, leading the series in this best-of-7 grand finals, it's RIP. Susbo's playing your Medivh. You've got a Dino Gul'dan, Sven on the Sonya, Krankle ETC, and Basilio playing the Anduin. Right side of the map, looking to take us into a map 5 with a 2-2 score. It's Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. Gaflo playing the Hogger in top lane. You've got a Nano Hammer, DK Johanna, a Banana Rhaegar, and in the solo lane, Surdath in the bottom. As we have a small pause, so we're going to go ahead and pull away the positioning or whatever on our camera. And we'll see... that is a very weird pause ready. Okay, all right. Nothing to actually be paused for. Level 1s, Even-Handed Blessing. There's that Echo Corruption that we were possibly talking about into the Hammer. It is going to be tough as nails for the Sonya. ETC with Guitar Hero. Probably Hammer on at 7. There's a good synergy with that, but we have been seeing Guitar Hero with Face Melt at 4 and 7. Portal Mastery Medivh. On the prowl for Hogger, Colossal Totem, Advanced Artillery, Zealous Glare, and Thrall. What are you going in for? I was wondering if it was Echo the Elements. I've been seeing a lot more Echo the Elements from Thrall players. The big thing is the mana cost reduction, but also the second charge, so it gives you a lot of poke around objective phases. Hammer Rhaegar working on right side camp, Sonya Anduin doing the same on the left, the true objective of Alterac Pass. As we are sitting on a very big belief for RIP in the gamble, and honestly, I don't blame you after that last map. It was a very controlled Dragonshire map, but this is a very different draft coming out from RIP. As the Condemn pulled Susbo's back for a second. I was watching Minimap, but he will not be taken down. In the top lane, little trade between Krankle and Gaflo. Gaflo getting a little bit low. Misses the staggering blow. Hog wild into the bush near the boss pit. Back over in mid lane. Johanna with a Condemn into the enemy. Echoed Corruption picks up 7 total stacks so far. And the Echo of the Elements, Thrall just continues. He actually had no wave pushed up onto the gate. Looks like actually his gate lost a little bit of HP. Maybe Sonya had some pressure into him a little bit. ETC left alone in top lane. Gaflo interrupted in the rotation in that mud pit, trying to back out of that. There is a significant slow to be applied from that. As Johanna steps up, tower shots clear out the null pack. Few auto attacks in as well from Gul'dan and Medivh. 9 of 30 stacks for Gul'dan. 40, sorry. 40 stacks. And this is what I was talking about in the Sergeant Hammer. Sergeant Hammer is a very stationary character until level 7. And even at level 7 with the Hover Siege, it's very easy stackage for Gul'dan in my opinion. I am curious if he goes into Fellflame level 7 for the cooldown reduction on Echo Corruption. We don't see it very often because there's just better talents at level 7, but there's a possibility. We do see the Consume Soul, which I'm a very big fan of. I mean, literally, you push a button and you get, what is that, a quarter of your health back? Gul'dan, yeah, a quarter of your health back, basically. A little bit less, but still. Dino taps Bush, or not taps Bush, sorry, taps Portal, as our objective phase number 1 is available for contest in 15 seconds. Sonya working on that left side camp with Anduin. Johanna in the top lane is getting beaten up a bit by Krankle. Gaflo rotating in, staggering blow onto the ETC. Easy throw dynamite does get activation. ETC level 4. What are you going into? I completely missed it. He is going to be going into loudspeakers. Apologies! Anduin actually in the mid lane area is going to be taken down by, or is going to take down Rhaegar. First kill actually picked up on the left hand side. Camp pushed into Fort Gate. We'll get some great siege, but Gul'dan makes very quick wave clear of that. Hogger power slid in the top lane by ETC, trying to back away. A couple arcane rifts from your Medivh do connect and pick up the 20-second stack. Thrall's done with his Echo of the Elements in bottom lane. Lands a second Feral Spirit of 6 needed on that level 4. We get the rare Brute Force from Hogger at level 4. I've been seeing just a lot of On the Prowl, Hoggers, Joggers, and Seeing Red. I want a game 5. You're gonna get a game 5. It's a best of 7, home dog. You are guaranteed a map after this still. Purge. We've also got your Eternal Retaliation. Oh, sorry, Conviction. Oh, Thrall with us Elemental Assault, so this is his unique follow-through, effectively. You have that Purification for, Purification for the Rhaegar as well. Garbage Fire for the Hogger at level 7. It is going to be Hunger for Power for Gul'dan, which I was expecting. I didn't think we were going to see the Fell Flame Echoed Corruption or Corruption cooldown. Desperate Prayer, you've got your Shot of Fear or Bad Outrage, Pinball Wizard, and there's the Arcane Explosion. All right, first objective is contestable, and this Medivh is already on the point. Good boy, Bandit. We're just chilling, bud. Power Slide from ETC. That's really all we're going to see in the initial engagement. Good face melt to push back the enemy. 9.5 seconds of channel time needed, and Dino does not get a delay into the enemy around the objective timer. We do have 30 stacks of 40 for Gul'dan, 23 of... Or sorry, Medivh. Medivh 31 of 40 stacks, Gul'dan at 23. Sonya putting a bit of pressure into the Hogger of top lane, who did get a little bit more siege on that top fort gate. We're just waiting to see what our engagements look like, as well as the 10 talent tier coming up soon. So let's cycle those other numbers once again, if you are, or actually, probably I think the first time in this map. Jailer's cleared away. They don't respawn until the channel comes through. Crankle gonna try and go for the channel. Nano, do you have a delay over the wall? No. And that should be the remainder of this objective channel in favor of Rip. Leyline Seal, Stage Dive, Light Bomb, Horrify, Sonya Leap maybe? Wrath Berserker. Oh, I thought I did hear Leyline Seal. Hogger, Hortipult, Napalm Strike, Sundering, Ancestral, and is Johanna considering Falling Sword for the cleanse value? That actually might be a really smart pickup. I think DK's considering it. Blessed Shield is a nice hard engage, but Falling Sword might be really nice in so much of the CC of the enemy. Concussive Blast from Nano pushing back the enemy. Gul'dan is going to get a small drain as the Alliance Cavalry moves in through all three lanes. Sonya pushing into Thrall bottom. Stage Dive in mid from ETC from top. They're going to hard commit to mid lane fort, and they may just get it. DK trying to dissuade and deny. It is Blessed Shield level 10. Napalm Strikes for good wave clear, and mid fort will be safe for the time being. Portal set up by Medivh. The Blessed Shield misses of the Johanna. Arcane Rift is finished out by Medivh. The Horrify from Gul'dan pushes the enemies away. The Light Bomb does connect onto the Johanna, and she will go down to Medivh. Sonya still pushing bottom. Is there a call for boss? Null Pack on the left side available. Right side as well. ETC already maneuvering into top, and he'll make quick work of the wave. Anduin, Gul'dan, they're all here, and it does lead me to believe they will go for boss. 33 of 40 stacks for Gul'dan. Sorry, I keep flipping the characters. Apologize. What's up, Kel? Good to see you, bud. Happy Sunday. I don't know if I saw you earlier, but either way, good to see you again. I will check Discord after game number 4 today. But yes, best of 7 series, so we still have at least one more map after this if the members of RIP win. If they don't, then we effectively, as I said, go to a best of 3, which is awesome. More games. Who doesn't want all the games today? Hammer goes to clear top lane. Thrall with a bit of back and forth with ETC. A slight experience advantage, which will yield 13 faster. Thrall lands that Feral Spirit. That's actually his first of 6 stacks. It looks like he did not land one earlier, so it reset back down to 0. Wrath Berserkers from Sonya still sustained off the minion wave. That purple bar underneath her yellow Fury is what the sustain of Wrath Berserker is. ETC looking for Angle to power slide in. Hammer makes very quick work of the wave. Sonya going to get a couple autos in. The portal set up by Medivh. Condemned from Johanna. Blessed Shield available. There's going to be a stage dive in from ETC into the backline. Staggering Bullet pushing around. Power Slide comes through as well. The Leyline Seal finds nobody inside. Blessed Shield into Dino, but he gets left to safety by the Endo, and the Sundering from Thrall will come out, but no one is able to sustain this chase or find a kill. Wait a tick. That's going to be a Light Bomb into Thrall. He goes down. Horrify from Gul'dan activated, but does not push anyone else around. And a kill into Thrall is massive for the side of RIP, as the objective phase is here in 10 seconds. They're all dead for 20. Is there a call for boss in bottom? Gul'dan was rotating with Anduin, but I see that rotation canceled out. Sonya is going to take a safe rotation to top lane boss. I do see the ping on the rotation. Berserker's active. The Dino Vasilia will not show in lane. ETC hard pushing into bottom. Stage dive, 10 seconds on cooldown. It is an encore ETC. 4% of 75 seconds. Chat, you can do that math. I don't feel like it. Health stone for your Gul'dan. We'll see Ruinous Affliction level 16. I expect. I mean, I wouldn't say it's necessary, but it is extremely synergistic with a level 1. Portal set up by Medivh just to clear out this mid lane incoming wave. Maybe they jump back through to deny DK. No, Medivh has an Arcane Rift. 2 seconds on a Leyline Seal. There's no delay onto Banana, though. Boston top lane working on that fort, and it is going to be definitely fort taken down. Gul'dan finishes out the last of the mating wave push up onto the fort in mid. Sonya grabbing a camp of their own. Jailers will get the denial of the channel. It's going to still take a few seconds. Shield Glare denies that once again. Horrify from Gul'dan pushes Rhaegar to the left, or to the right. And Thrall to the left, but Hogger is going to still sustain this objective channel. Thrall lands a double root. Gul'dan, Echoed Corruption's done. Stage dive from ETC finds nothing as they try and go for the counter channel. Mid fort is taking a lot of damage. Top fort does go down. And is there going to be a counter channel from Gul'dan and Medivh? They hold it at 1.8 seconds. Hornipult in from Hogger! Guarantees this, but is Hogger going to die for it? ETC falls to the Thrall. Chastise from Anduin, no piercing light. As a staggering blow misses any anticipated enemies coming through, but that is going to be... Oh, the Knoll, can they get this fort taken down? It's literally one auto. There it is. All right, our Horde Cavalry comes through for Gafla's Girthy Gremlins, and they can maybe find some Siege and the 16 talents here. Bottom lane, I think it's no value. Mid and top should go down. Thunderstorm for the Thrall, Executioner Hammer, Holy Renewal, imposing presence for the ETC, by the way, as well as your Giant Slammer 16 on Sonya, Temporal Flux, the Ruinous Affliction, and you're going to see the Renew for Anduin at level 16. Stage dive from ETC, basically exactly where he was. Light Bomb misses. That was extremely awkward from Rip, I'm not going to lie. That was an extremely awkward, heroic combo attempt. Did he do Earth Grasp Totem? Alright. Gaflo might actually get bottom lane 4 with the Inspired Minion Wave. The attack rate is pretty decent. Gaflo's Siege is not bad whatsoever, but a Portal from Medivh. A Horrify from Gul'dan catches the Thrall. ETC slowed by an Earth Grasp Totem. Thrall finishes level 4 and has full stacks on Thunderstorm right now. 1 second after finishing the Frostwolf pack. Leyline Seal goes out, finds no connection onto the enemy. Top wave is pushing up. Mid is neutral. Bottom, they're going to try and take down this forward on the left-hand side. Gaffel's Girthy Gremlins. Chain Lightning goes out, and the Burning Loot Horde I don't think is going to be enough to take down the structure. Shield Glare from Johanna. Hogger caught out a little bit here. The Napalm Strike's coming through. The Sundering from Thrall as well. And I believe it's time to just go and get your camp. This has to be double digit. 14, yeah. Power slide from ETC. No stage dive used. Leyline Seal coming off a cooldown, but Sonya's working on left camp. Hogger's going to split over to the right, and his horizontal bounce will make very quick work of this.
More of our soldiers have been taken prisoner. Let's take them back.
Trying to save bottom fort. Looks like it will be safe for the time being. Gul'dan with a few Fell Flames into the wave. Drains a bit of HP to heal up. Thrall lands a root. The Echoed Corruption will get the ticks needed for the damage over time to take down the fort. But, I mean, like, literally a Shield Glare from Johanna takes down bottom left fort. Even a Napalm Strike from Hammer, which does have some decent range, if I'm not mistaken. It's actually same as Sergeant Hammer's range, just about. But, yeah, there's going to be Thrall Chain Lightning. Boop. A close map 4 on Alterac. Shield Glare's going out. Augur managing top lane waves. Sonya will go deal with bottom, or mid. Leyline seal from Medivh misses. That's going to be a... Johanna pops Condemned, looks to step into the enemy, the Sundering from Thrall. A Horrify from Gul'dan. Wrath Berserker activated. Ancestral does go out onto this Johanna. ETC stage dives in with no hit. The Blessed Shield up in 50 seconds. Light Bomb finds no purchase. Hortipult in from Hogger. Is there a staggering blow? ETC dies midair. That's what we call a Chymo cleanse in this channel. As Thrall finishes Thunderstorm once again. Sonya trying to make something happen into him, and Serdath gets chunked a little bit, needs to back away. Banana Nano going for the channel, and this is 50 seconds of channel time needed. Gaflow's Girthy Gremlins, if they can get this, this will be massive for their team. Sonya heads to top lane. Is she checking? Is she going to do boss? So it looks like they're going to try and do boss in conjunction with the enemy team getting this objective phase. Alright, 10 seconds on objective. Boss in the top is at less than 50%. Medivh still floating around. If there was no Medivh, I feel like Gaflow's Girthy Gremlins would try and go for like a bottom boss or something. But I like I like that they didn't split. Hogger's heading to top, but he's going to be a little too late for this. He'll pick up experience, regeneration globe, and the Horde Cavalry comes through. 96 stacks, by the way, for Brute Force. Nice. No subdue for the Johanna. Everything for Thrall is completed currently, unless he hits the wrong person or the same person twice with a Chain Lightning. Boss in top lane, kind of managed by the objective. I don't think I've ever seen this before. The objective is literally chasing the wrong way onto a boss. In mid lane, though, Hammer's hovering in. Sundering from Thrall into Crankle. Hammer gets chunked by that Ruinous Affliction. Haunt Gul'dan. ETC with his unique level 20 Ride the Lightning. Medivh cheats with that Leyline seal. Inner Fire and Ignore Pain for the Sonya. On the right side, it's Farseer's Blessing, Anger Management, Ultra Capacitors. You've got your Storm Shield for Johanna with Blinded by the Light and a Worldbreaker Thrall. Top lane wave is still actually pushing up. The boss was dealt with by the objective. Blessed Shield finds the ETC. Leap of Faith pulls ETC to safety, but there's going to be a staggering blow into the Worldbreaker of Thrall. Stage dive in from ETC as well. Concussive Blast pushes him back. Horrify from Gul'dan is massive, and Hammer does go down. Totem from Rhaegar to try and allow the allies to back up, but DK pops Iron Skin. I think this is the inevitable death of DK. Pops the Storm Shield, but Sonya, slam, jam, taken down, ma'am. How much value did boss get? Oh, wow, not a lot. This objective cleared top lane really well. I've never seen that either. That was really interesting with the objective running backwards, defending the top lane. For those wondering, by the way, the boss was grabbed after the objective spawned, in the sense of the objective was fully channeled, and then it was moving into lanes, and then the boss was channeled and picked up for top. Maybe that's the condition for it? I don't know. Keeping bottom lane very hardy on the side of Gaflow's Girthy Gremlins. Sonya working on this left side camp. Top boss 2-minute 30, bottom boss 4-minute 50. Currently our next objective will be in the north side of the map, and I did not look at when the last one went down, but it's gotta be a minute to a minute and a half. D floating over. ETC gonna stage dive in. Hogger hog wilds through the cow. Wrath Berserker activated by the Sonya. She can start working on keep sidewall. Just checking really quickly. Nullpack camp is pushing in favor of Rip. This boss is chunked. It's gonna get some damage on the keep. The Sundered from Thrall. Dino, Leap of Faith portal set up by Medivh as well. And ETC is able to power slide to safety as this boss gets a few hits on the keep, and that is that. Objective phase, 7 seconds. Leyline seal. Medivh sheets, captures Thrall and Johanna, but I don't think they have anything to follow up. Johanna wants to chase in, but ETC power slide into safety. So in the rotation up to the top objective, this is going to be Nullpack plus Reaver cleared away by Gaflow's Girthy Gremlins. Light Bomb with Inner Fire, Horrify with Haunt, both of those available. Farseer's Blessing from Rhaegar available. Hortipult Sundering just coming off cooldown, as well as the Napalm Strike. Napalm Strike, one of the lowest heroic cooldowns without any talent augment. Shield Glare comes out a little too late from DK. Sven has the channel. Interrupted. That's a good Sundering out. Once again, the Condemned, they're focusing on the Dino, but he gets through the portal at about a quarter HP. Channel coming out from Banana, the Light Bomb, but ETC wanted to back away. Leyline Seal goes out onto Johanna. Thrall misses a root. 20 minutes in to Alterac Pass as the top lane wave is crashing up onto this keep, and Sony needs to manage that with Wrath Berserker. Mid lane pushing up in favor of Gaffos Girthy Gremlins, and they need to hold this objective for 50 whole seconds. D floating around, Hammer setting up mines in the bush just in case. Sonya wiggling on the left side, Thrall with the Chain Lightning to check and get a little bit of poke pressure onto the enemy. 25 seconds to go, Sundering from Thrall. Oh, that's a really good combo into Sven. Medivh does drop down from the sky. Augur bounces to the left. Or bounces out to the right. Is there an invade onto the enemy? Or is there an interrupt onto the enemy? No. Storm Shield from DK with that blinded by the light. 20 seconds of channel time needed on the left. 39 needed on the right. Mid lane wave needs to be dealt with. This might be the green light for the side of Rip to go in for the channel, but Johanna's actually chilling. She'll anchor. Boston top lane's available. Sven heading up over there. Wrath Berserker will be activated for that. Johanna's gonna go check this boss. It's at 50%. We know Johanna's right there. Hammer moving in as well. Stage dive into the bush from ETC, but no one's there. Johanna gets on the point. The Leyline Seal is going to be coming out the Hogger with a staggering blow. Leyline Seal confirms this boss as it moves in through top lane. The channel beginning for Rhaegar, or from Thrall as well, by the way. So Horde Cavalry will move into all three lanes, and this boss will find minimal value, I think. It might get keep front gate, but oh, Thrall gets a really quick heal from Banana. Huge staggering blow! I can't believe it. How many of them got away right there? Iron Skin from Johanna chasing in. Bless Shield up in 30 seconds. Condemn as they chase onto ETC. No subdue. Leyline Seal creates the space needed for the allies to back off, but here comes defense in top lane from the Reaver minion wave and the Horde Cavalry. Back over in mid lane though, Hammer's pushing in. Gaffle Girthy Gremlins, they want a map number 4 victory. Stage dive in from ETC, misses the enemy. Wrath Berserker activated by the Sony. She jumps to the portal. There's going to be a power slide onto the Johanna. Iron Skin activated. Storm Shield comes through as well. Top lane boss is cleared away. Sven gets a Force of Will from Medivh. The Light Bomb is applied. It only hits onto the Reaver minion and the objective, which is going to be 50% in mid. Bottom lane is already working on keep. Top lane still far back, but mid keep should go down. That's a start of a win condition set up for Gaffles Girthy Gremlins. Typically on Alterac, you need two keeps down to win, unless you get a massive late game, like triple, quadra, pentakill situation. ETC, that's going to be a Sundering out from Thrall to match the ETC face melted displacement, power slide and everything. Napalm Strike's coming through. Sonya is managing this objective in top, which is at 50%. Looks like it's a call to disengage. Boss and bottom is off a cooldown. Top lane, yeah, 303. Bottom is off cooldown. Hogger's going to Hearth out for full mana. Just kidding. Medivh is going to scout this out, but you got to be careful with that Leyline Seal. And so I think they're just going to forego this boss. DK will Hearth out for everything. Meet back up with the allies over at the Null Pack. Gul'dan doing the same thing on the left-hand side with the help of Anduin. And Medivh floats around the bottom boss, still scouting because Sonya's got vision through mid. Mid camp is grabbed. Trajectory is southward into this boss. 24 minutes almost in Alterac Pass. ETC has started boss. The issue is Haunt and Leyline Seal. Massive issues from those two things. They know the enemy's on boss, and it looks like they're going to give it. Leyline Seal actually just was used. Leyline Seal was just used, so they should really run at this boss, but no, they're not going to be able to do it in time. Wow, that is really unfortunate for the side of Gaffel's Girthy Gremlins. A Leyline Seal that misses. Oh, but Hogger's going to go to top lane and confirm the... Okay, that's probably why they gave. Prison locations, the 5th one of the game, I think, is going to be spawning here in the south side of the map. Sonya makes work of the wave. And boss and bottom lane will be managed by the side of Gaffel's Girthy Gremlins, but Rip is stepping up to maybe try and pressure further with this boss siege. Sundering goes out onto Dino. Gul'dan will be fine. Just a little bit of pressure onto him as Dino steps up with a little bit of poke damage onto the keep. Totem comes down from Rhaegar. Nano with sustained damage onto the boss. They will lose their keep, I do believe. No, it's going to be extremely low, though. Wait a sec. No, Boss Slam gets it. It doesn't. Just kidding. Prank, bro. Bottom keep remains. And we'll see 50 seconds of channel time needed. 36 to go for Rip if they want to get this objective. Sundering from Thrall. We do have a Hortipult. Or sorry, not a Loot Horde from Hogger thrown in. Hortipult is off cooldown. Serdaf going for the channel. Gets it before the Arcane Rift interrupts. Top lane wave, by the way, is absolutely massive right now. Little Echo Corruption going out. Rather Berserker from Sonya. She's going to dive in. Hammer boosts the side. Stage dive in from ETC. As Chain Lightning from Thrall goes out. The Sundering locks Dino up against the wall, but the Leyline Seal interrupts. Catching onto 3. Light Bomb, Power Slide. Thrall gets deleted. Raven Familiar activation as well. 55 on that death timer for Thrall. Only 29 seconds needed for this channel. Johanna steps up, Bolt of the Storm, Ride the Lightning from ETC as Ancestral comes out onto Gaflo in time. Alison, thank you so very much for the Prime Gaming for 4 months. I appreciate that greatly, my friend. Thank you, buds. Power Slide from ETC, an intense map number 4 in this best of 7 series. ETC trying to go for the channel. Interrupted by Napalm Strike. Condemn pulling them in. Portal set up. They're going to try and dive into the backline. The Horfide misses. ETC lands a good Power Slide. And Sergeant Hammer will lose her Frostwolf pack level 4 stacks. Basilio on the left is going for the channel. And that is a stage dive ETC onto the Johanna. Is there going to be a hit or two onto the keep and bottom? I guess not. Top lane wave, by the way. Remember when I mentioned it was massive? Yeah, it's colliding onto this keep. Jailers will try and interrupt. ETC has the autos needed, and this is very late game objective going over to the right, or going to the left side of Gaffel's Girthy Gremlins. The Leyline Seal goes out. Medivh is going to try and steal this away. Hortipult from Hogger to get to safety. Dino able to back off with the Medivh, who was a little bit low. Divine Star goes out. He actually drops down from Bird to get the returning Divine Star value. Sonya's going to go deal with bottom lane, and then I think the rest of the allies are going to try and hard push through mid. Well, it's a 5-kill difference. Rip pushing in. So Sonya has the wave pushed up in bottom. She might get another one. Sundering from Thrall to zone a little bit on the into the enemy. Hammer Napalm Strikes make very quick work of the siege in through this. Yo, Slink, good to see you, bud. I hope you're well. Thanks for coming on through. Hogger in top lane clears out this objective, and bottom keep did go down as I mentioned. Okay. Alright, well this is, interesting to say the least. Boston top is up.
It's not the best you can do, Frostwolf.
I mean, this could be a throw pit. Power slide from ETC onto the Johanna. DK gets absolutely chunked, pops the Storm Shield. Sundering from Thrall. As ETC looks to back away. Stage dive in from ETC. Hits nobody. Leyline Seal captures 3. Sonya started a boss. It's gonna leash back to full. Aw, thanks, Slink. I appreciate that greatly. Hopefully your weekend is treating you extremely well, and once again, thanks for hanging out with us. Objective activated. Totem comes down from Rhaegar as well. Portal set up by Medivh. Sundering out from Thrall. Both fishing for something, but nothing at the end of that hook. What it's 30 minutes, chat. It's 30 frickin' minutes into this map. Portal set up by Medivh. Boss is leashed again. They jump in through the portal onto Sergeant Hammer. Stage dive in from ETC as well. Leyline Seal goes out. Yo, what's up, Callie? Good to see you, bud. Man, so many of you here today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. A lot of places you can be watching content on Twitch, and thanks for choosing our cozy corner of the internet. Bottom lane is stacked up quite a bit, but objective begins the channel once again for Gathos Girthy Gremlins. 31 minutes into Alterac, everybody. As I said beforehand, if the members of Gathos Girthy Gremlins win this map number 4, we have effectively gone to a best of 3. Because you gotta win. Nano getting chunked a little bit, but it's fine. Sundering out from Thrall to Zone. Anduin jumping through portals. Sonya in the backline right now working on Hammer. Ignore Pain will be activated. There's going to be a Horrify as the Ancestral comes through. Objective is still being channeled here, by the way. Jailers making their way in. Is there anything to interrupt the Jailers really quickly from Thrall or Johanna? No! 2.8 seconds remain. Stage dive in from ETC. DK a little bit low, but the Flesh Shield comes out just as he lands. And Surdath hit with some damage over time. The chain heal from Rhaegar is going to be good. Drekthar over here is going to be able to heal up. The massive minion wave through mid will be cleared out. It gets minimal value into the keep. Some armor debuff, some hits here and there, but the keep will still be remaining above 50%. The enemy team will be able to get a channel of their own. There's going to be Reaver minions plus the minion wave, and there's still 2 keeps down over here on the left side. I do believe this is going to be needed to be managed. Sundering from Thrall. Portal set up by the Medivh. DK getting into the back line. Leap of Faith pulls Sony to the left-hand side. Camp is going to be recontrolled by Gathos Girthy Gremlins. Portapult from Hogger, 8 seconds. Napalm Strike ready to go. Vandar Stormpike, the Filthy Alliance, are going to defend as best they can. Leyline Seal finds your Sergeant Hammer, but there's nothing to follow that up just yet. Pharaoh Spirit's going to be thrown out. Slam from Sonya lands. Spear in as well. DK getting really low. Gets a chain heal from Rhaegar. Sundering from Thrall comes out as well. Bolt of the Storm in from ETC, I believe. I thought I heard the activation of that. This is wild. I agree, Stark. Light Bomb onto DK. Storm Shield activation. Stage dive in from the ETC. Face Melt to push people around. There's going to be Gafflo on the left-hand side trying to make something happen. Bounce off his own loot horde. Awkward bounce. Great bounce in the end, actually. Chain heal is all going out from Rhaegar. 5 kill difference still. Boston top and bottom are available. Sonya putting some pressure to Surdath. The staggering blow misses onto anyone coming through the portal. Sundering from Thrall anticipating someone as well, but it does not find purchase. Another... Oh, this is actually double wave coming in through mid and top. This is something to be concerned about on the side. Oh, wait, Hogger on the left. He's taking out the Jailers. I don't think he's going to go for channel. Hog Wild. Nice Hog Wild activation. Good bounce over to the allies. Thrall lands the root onto ETC. Leyline Seal just connecting onto 2. Horrify from Gul'dan just pushes Rhaegar away. Sven trying to put pressure on the Nano, but the Hyper Thrusters get activated. Sesbos is going to be trying to interrupt Thrall. The Sundering comes out. Gul'dan does go down first in this engagement as Sven and this Anduin are so very low, but they're going to be able to light bomb. The Ancestral connects on the Surdath. This is going to be a map number 4 going over to the side of Gaffos Girthy Gremlins as they look to chase onto ETC. Nah, they're going core. Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a 2-2 score in this best of 7 series. Medivh gets taken down. ETC, will you join your friends in the Hall of Storms? Absolutely, as map number 4 is going to be a...
Finland!
And Vandar Stormpike will be taken down. GG, well played. 34, almost 35 minutes in map number 4. Jesus, my God. We had a 1% Sky Temple base race map. We had a 35-minute Alterac Pass map. We still have Infernal Shrines, Curse Hollow, Tomb of Spider Queen, or Towers of Doom available. If, and I hope if, this goes, well, not if, I hope this series goes the max distance and our last map is Towers of Doom. I really do hope that. Oh, I really hope this is a full best of 7. I will destroy my voice. I will be hoarse as a mule tomorrow, but I'm happy to bring you guys some of the best Heroes casting and commentary out there. All right, you know the dealio. We're going to run those ads, and we will get ready for our next map as the players need another break. No, I'm just kidding. No, actually, they do. Just kidding. They do need another break. Welcome back in, everybody. We are getting into our map number 5 of this best of 7 series. As the Twitch prediction has been activated. And we are going to get going into Towers of Doom. It's a 2-2 score between the members of RIP, who came from the upper bracket, and the members of Gaffos Girthy Gremlins, who came from the lower bracket. Now, fun fact about this, in case you were not here last Sunday, this is literally a rematch of the upper bracket final, which was a best of 5 series that went to a map number 5. Isn't this amazing? We literally have a reset of that last Sunday matchup. That's crazy. Blind Gamble? All right. Well, best of luck on your Blind Gamble, my friend. So, for Towers of Doom, go ahead and clear my glasses really quickly. They got a little bit of smudging on them. It's a Sylvanas out. Is Probius banned? Medivh to be banned away. Sylvanas, Medivh, Chromie. Now, here's the thing. RIP opted in as the losing team for map pick priority, giving first pick over to Gaffos Girthy Gremlins. The question is, will RIP go for the Probius that has been scaring a lot of teams? I would say in this tournament, the Probius that they play on the side of RIP has like a good 75% win rate, somewhere high up there. I would say 70, 80, maybe more. I think I've only seen one Probius game lost on the side of RIP, and I believe they played quite a few. Medivh, Sylvanas, Garrosh, Blaze and Chromie banned away. Garrosh will be the first pick for Gafflos Girthy Gremlins. Okay. So a lot of control out the gate with that. The thing is, though, you're basically at the start saying, hi, we're going to be a high armor team potentially. So do you want to figure out a way to deal with that? Johanna Anduin. Okay, so no ETC. I really don't think Gaffos Girthy Gremlins were too afraid of the ETC after seeing the... it's not like Krankle had a bad ETC by any means on the previous map, but it didn't seem like it was one of those things that Gaffos Girthy Gremlins really need to be concerned about in the latter or in this next draft. Whoa! That's some early Vikings, I do think.
Redemption.
The thing I'm trying to figure out right now is what is the direction Rip wants to go into to clear out the Vikings? Because I really do think that Rip struggled against the Vikings in Sky Temple. The Vikings on Sky Temple were just so punitive. Maev will be removed. Okay. I'm wondering if Gathos Girthy Gremlins will consider a Zeratul ban here. Tracer could be an option as well. It's like, I don't think early Vikings are bad. It's just surprising. I'm just so used to seeing them later in the draft, so. I feel like they are considering whether Tracer or Zeratul here for the ban. Yeah. I think Rip takes solo lane Zeratul here. Otherwise, because I feel like if they don't take the Zeratul, I feel like Gathos Girthy Gremlins could take it. I actually think it would work out really well with their composition. Hanzo poked, Zeratul burst, Garrosh just manipulation, if you will. There it is.
The wait is over.
Zeratul Cassia. Okay. They'll flex their solo lane since they don't know what the enemy team is going into. I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm nervous for Gathos Girthy Gremlins. Last two picks, though, they need a healer and they need a solo laner. Unless the Vikings are going to be just doing all the solo, then they get a mage. Oh, Shamada Bros. Whitemane is one of those characters that, at this level of play, if you're drafting it, I trust you. In, like, bronze, silver, gold, maybe, like, platinum, it's like, I don't know about that Whitemane. But at this level, it's like, okay, okay. I wonder if it's going to be subjugation and shared punishment as well.
My hatred is unending.
The members of RIP are currently driving in a car, and all they see below the steering wheel is one pedal, and it's the gas pedal. Because that's what this draft is. This draft is you depress the gas pedal and that's it. There's no braking. There's no shifting. I guess you might need the clutch if you have a manual. But you know what I mean? Like, this is an all gas draft. This is I am running at you and killing you. I really feel like RIP, they just want to constantly just kill the Vikings. That's their game plan, this entire map. Will that be an issue, or will that be a blunder? Well, and that's the other thing too, Stark. Like, that's the other factor with it. Like, yeah, it's all gas, it's all dive, it's all aggression, but you don't have really, like, if you crash, you crash. That's it. If Gathos Girthy Gremlins get advantages, experience, and stuff like that, and the team fights are not going Rip's way, then this is just going to fall apart. I feel like Rip's team fight sucks, though. Is that a hot take? A little bit, I think, because I think they have a lot of dive, a lot of sustained pressure, a lot of sustained team fighting, a lot of sustainability, too.
Prepare yourself for battle, heroes.
I don't think it's like, oh my god, that's muy caliente, but still, let's get into it on the left-hand side. We're going to see how things unfold, because I think we've all got our opinions about this series, but Rip on the left side with Vasilio playing, that's Anduin, Sven, Illidan, Sesbos on the Zeratul, Dino, Cassia, and Krankle is your Johanna. Right side of the map, you've got Olaf, Balog, and Eric, the Lost Vikings, with their Mastery skin, played by Serdath. Looking at a Banana Whitemane, DK Garrosh, a Nano Hanzo, and Gaflo on the Genji. That's like the Whitemane. If you're taking Whitemane, you absolutely know what you're doing, in my opinion. At this level, Banana, and it's Banana, of course. I think this is going to be a very interesting game from both sides. I don't think it's, like, done and over. I think we're going to get a lot of really fun back-and-forth fights. I personally think this will be a very late game to Towers of Doom. I think it's going to really come down to like a boss or a single bell tower. That's my gut. Charge strikes, we have Greater Cleave Zeratul. Illidan will go into Immolation if memory serves correct. We also have your Zealous Glare Johanna and Even-Handed Blessing for the Anduin. Pity the Frail for Whitemane, Olaf the Stout, Agile Dismount, and Unrivaled Strength, and Hanzo will be picking up Target Practice at level 1. Illidan's working on a camp in top lane. The Vikings will not be able to invade this, but Genji is rotating up. Zeratul on the left-hand side. Olaf gets on the point. Zeratul is here. But yeah, the Vikings are not going to be enough with just the Zeratul. Cassie is rotating up as well. Whitemane's not too far away. Gaffa with a Swift Strike. And it'll be no Vorpal Blade to chase in further, but the defense in top lane is here. Giggle Beam onto Gaflo. 1, 2, 3, Sappers make it in. Bottom, left, and right. Sappers were picked up on both sides. Han's already clearing out the opposing teams. DK is looking to push up their wave. One Sapper a little bit low. Fun fact with Garrosh, you can use the ally toss on Sappers to throw them into the death zone or closer so they trigger their charge. But I don't think that's going to be happening here as the Sappers will be traded. Waves and rotations are going to be priority. Genji to top lane. Just trying to put some pressure onto Sven. Banana just below this Whitemane. Illidan dives through. That's a lot of really good damage. And first blood gets picked up by Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. Sonic Arrow to Scout. Already one full stack for Nano, the Hanzo. We'll take a look later and see what he needs to hit as we get closer to 10 talent tiers, but right now it's triple altar phase, top left and right are standard, center or bottom are the RNG. Groundbreaker from Garrosh throws the Johanna further away. Zeratul will take down a Viking in top lane. And I think they'll pivot Olaf up here to grab the globe and the experience. Eric on the right, Zeratul, sorry, not Zeratul, I'm gonna mess this up all this matchup. Genji on the left-hand side to try and zone a little bit. Serdath has an Eric to channel.
The Raven Lord demands it. Show the Raven Lord the extent of my power.
36 to 40. We have center being contested a little bit. Johanna was delaying that out. Left side, a few little shurikens here and there. Genji is trying to pick up that shuriken mastery stackage, jumping to 21. Sven gets the left side on that Illidan, and it's a 4-point game, leading in favor of Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins.
And for what? Enough of this charade. Bring down the Gravekeeper's core.
Left and right, Sappers to be traded. I don't think we'll see an invade. Level 7 coming through soon. Zeratul with full cleave build, going to Rending Cleave level 4. And Sappers faster on the left. Invade onto the right? I doubt it. I believe our Viking tracker is not working correctly. They've been stuck at 7 regen globes for a little bit here, so I think it's broken, so I'll check that out a little bit as our next objective phase will be center and bottom locations. Dino getting hit with a bit of Giggle Beam. We do have more pressure from Hanzo. Genji jumps in, and Zeratul gets a blink to the side. Meanwhile, Johanna's being run at by Garrosh, Eric, and Hanzo. Groundbreaker misses. I think Hanzo's trying to get a stack or two on his level 1, and he needs to hit Illidan one time to be able to get the 30% range increase. In top lane, meanwhile, there's going to be an inspired wave of Sapper. Garrosh with a toss onto this. Zeratul Swift Strike from Genji. One Viking will fall. And Gaflo now trying to back away. Here's that double objective in the bottom center locations as 10 talent tiers getting close for both teams. We'll cycle through the other numbers to get an idea of what the damage and such looks like. And for those wondering for the Viking stackage, I got you covered, friends. It is currently 15 regeneration globes. That laugh means we're 5 minutes in. The boss has spawned. Viking Eric in the bottom position to get the objective. Krankle is going to set up in a bush on the right side. Assist pings in bottom. I think that's from Serdath. One Viking in mid is going to try and get the channel, but Illidan has the interrupt. Olaf in top lane, or Balog in top lane, trying to push back the Zeratul. Toss Groundbreaker into Cassia. Zeratul's not around for this. Illidan still chasing onto a Viking on the right side. No one has gotten a channel just yet. Sonic Arrow goes out, Groundbreaker. Zeratul takes down the Viking in top lane. He may just get the bell tower in the top right. Bottom location does get channeled. It is now an 8-point advantage in favor of Gafflo's Girthy Gremlin. Sven very low. Scatter is almost enough. Genji goes in with this agile dismount. Or sorry, the cyber agility. I was so excited for Genji. He doesn't get the channel. Zeratul, by the way, is still being pressured or pressuring into top lane, trying to get the conversion of that bell tower. White main does go down. Shuriken Mastery finished up by the Genji for that reset. A Viking will fall as well. Zeratul blinks into that top lane fort area. Valkyrie from Cassia trying to pull people around. Nana, whoa! That hunt onto Genji will connect, and Sven takes down the Shuriken boy, and that'll be his top lane fort with like 100 and something HP. Where's my, there it is, 161 HP, look at that. Caster knows. Three to 1 in kills, favoring the left side of Rip. Down by a decent amount of damage on the core. Still a 4-point game. Sappers make it into the fort gate of bottom. Alright, heroic-wise, Void Prison, Valkyrie, Hunt, Blessed Shield, and Light Bomb. You're looking at a Dragon's Arrow for Hanzo. Warlord's Challenge, X-Strike, Play Again, and Scarlet Aegis for the White Main, which is going to be healing and 40 armor. Top lane camp being looked at by our Illidan. Also Illidan with that unbound 11 of 15 stacks, trying to chase on to a Viking in top and may get the kill into big bad Olaf, and indeed they will. It's an overlay thing. I use Aliobs. Aliobs is the custom overlay for Heroes of the Storm. Big shout out to Aliobs for, you know, updating that periodically and even making it free as well. Yeah, but Red John, it doesn't do that in the standard. In the Aliobs, if a character's below 500 HP, you will see the number. If a character's below 500 in the standard, the default observer, you don't see the numbers. Just heads up on that one. So it's slight differences. The top bar is a lot cleaner. The bottom bar is a lot better as well. The stats are more detailed. Objective is trying to be channeled. There's a Viking in top lane currently working on that Sapper. That is pushed up. We do currently have a Light Bomb going out, but the VP is going to be on to the Garrosh, who is not inside. Illidan hunts in. Oh, we get the Scarlet Crusade. Hanzo's done with his level 1 banana, so very low. Does go down. The Zeratul will be traded, but Garrosh is going to fall as well. Gafflo now trying to back away as Sven getting chunked by the Zeratul. Is there a play again from the Vikings to rejoin? We still have Olaf, or Balog in top lane trying to push back onto the enemy fort, but it looks like Vasilio will get this channel. The scatter doesn't hit, and ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a lead to the side of Rip by 1 point, 28 to 27. Also, good to see you, Red John. How you doing today, bud? Welcome on in, my friend. Hopefully the day, week, night, whatever it is treating you well. Next objective will be previewed on the minimap soon. Just watching to see if there's any invades or any camps to be grabbed. I think there's some 13 talents that you guys want to take a look at, and we'll have that at the bottom of the screen. Yo, Bag, thank you for the 5 tier 1 gifted subs. That's so nice of you. Thank you, thank you. If you got a gifted sub from eBag, welcome to the Bahamuts. If you didn't, get dodged, fool. Good to see you, dudes. I got to cast some of the games you played in in-house, and that was a blast. Hope to see you in some future outhouses as well. Oh, I said in-houses. Anyways, the outhouses, the better in-houses. Oh, thanks again, bud. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. All right, so let's take a look at the Viking Globe tracker, because I know, as I said, it's broken, so let's go ahead and select the Viking. Vikings currently have 31 globes, and if you're curious about regeneration rate, there it is on the left side of your screen as Garrosh gets a toss onto Dino, but there's not going to be anything for DK to play off of that. Dino still has some decent sustained damage onto DK. Little Giggle Beam from Banana coming through. Double objective phase, top left and right, as Balog has been struggling to get this bell tower back in control. And Illidan's got 3 more sappers to feed in, potentially. I'd argue the outhouses are for the skilled players. Toss onto white main to save for the Illidan hunts in from top lane. There's going to be the right side channel by a Viking. The sappers in top lane managed. 3 shots go on the left, 25 to 27 as the VEP finds a couple enemies. There's 677 HP on DK, but will not be taken down as this sapper wave in top is so close. Olaf comes up here. Gaflo as well in the Genji. They make very quick work of the sappers. No damage taken. Johanna will get left side, and it is still going to be a 3-point difference, right? Yeah, 25 to 22. 3-point advantage to the side of Rip. As a Viking. Oh! What the hell? Why?
Deep in the jungle.
Oh, I guess there's a hype train.
Little engine that come. He was chugging his way across the enemy line. Chugga 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 chugga.
Oh, there's a hype train. Awesome. Neato. Back into the game. Zeratul in the mid lane. Pressured by a Genji Shuriken or 2. We are 12 minutes into the game, so we also will be seeing the center teleport open up, and the structure's upgraded from fort to keep values.
What? I mean,
Damage, health, experience, etc.
open to my tunnel as well.
The Raven Lord and the Gravekeeper talking about opening their tunnel.
Dude, sucking at something is the first step towards being sort of good at something. Choo choo.
Oh, Red John, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate that so very much. That was a great movie. Major Pain. Major Pain's a great movie. We just watched Rocky Horror this past Friday, and this upcoming Friday is Tremors. Toss Groundbreaker from Garrosh. Level 16 on both sides. We're getting close to the 20 talent tier area. Right side camp will be grabbed. 30 seconds on the next objective. And the bell towers are in control by their respective sides. Warlord challenge on to Zeratul. The Dragon's Arrow does not kill. I'm sorry, what? DK goes down, and that's going to be Vikings in position top left and right, but there's no way they get this. Illidan should be on the left. We'll have maybe right side channel. Johanna will get bottom. Maybe an 8-4 trade. Illidan dashes in. Viking in bottom delays out Krankle. Right side is channeled. Eric is going to be taken down by Illidan. We have left side. Johanna's anchoring in bottom. She'll need help from an ally. Otherwise, Olaf will keep delaying. 1, 2, 3 sappers make it in. Now here's the question. Does Johanna delay? No, she just goes for the channel. Okay. I was wondering if she'd delay with all 3 Vikings dead, Garrosh dead, if they could get this bottom bell tower, but no.
Lord of this realm, and it will not be stolen from me. I will not return to those wretched.
Eagle Beam. Oh, Anduin takes down Hanzo in the bottom. I apologize. Looks like Cassia was helping out with that one. Johanna down there. That is a kill onto Illidan from Gaflo, at least. But Zeratul, tower shot. Wow, tower's actually hitting enemy heroes? What? Wait, what? Did they fix things? Yeah, the big question is, do they make it to 20? 2 levels to go, 5 kill difference, half a level to go for 20 on the left side. The barrage is not really too close. Mid keep is quite low, though. A little bit below 50%. Garrosh maybe looking for a flank setup. Nope. Hanzo has respawned. We've got a jump from the Vikings to back away. Try to toss the Johanna in towards the death zone, but doesn't manage to do so. Fend from Cassia, deflect from Genji. Valkyrie finds the white main. Bless shield into a light bomb. Ally toss saves the white main right now. And scatters coming out from Hanzo. I believe the sappers will be cleared away. I'm doing my best, sir! I love that we have that as an emote. I think, isn't the emote like sorry sir or something like that? Bottom singular bell tower. It is going to be Radiating Faith, Censure, Nowhere to Hide. Cassie with the Rock Stopper and Zeratul with Shadow Mending. Or Titan's Revenge, sorry, not Rock Stopper. 5 more shots rain into the right core. 21-9 as Rip are looking to find advantage in this best of 7 series. If they can get 2 more bell towers with their current, actually 1 bell tower plus boss is GG with the current standings. There it is. Thank you, Zig. I might be watching Spaceballs tonight, honestly. I definitely am gonna watch the new Frankenstein movie. I didn't realize it came out already. I'm excited to see that. Bottom bell tower goes back over to the right side of Gafflo's girthy gremlins, and Gafflo just throws a few shurikens out at the enemy. Oof. Viking stackage. What are we looking at right now? 51 regeneration globes for the Vikings, if you are curious, because the tracker is broken. Actually, if I do this and this, does that fix it? Nope. Okay. Yo, thanks all for the hype train. I appreciate it. As the fight continues over here, that's going to be a light bomb onto the Johanna, but she is thrown to the side. Zeratul's the one to be taken down. As it is Bullseye, you do have the Scarlet Crusade. Whitemane pulled out of position. She gets taken down. DK will be the next one to go. But yeah, that Scarlet Crusade. You have Vikings with Fury of the Swarm, Living Weapon, Titanic Might, and the Bullseye. But double objective plus boss is GG. And Garrosh and Whitemane dead for 50 seconds average. Uh-oh. I'm surprised they haven't pivoted hard into mid because this is already really damaged, but it is what it is. Gonna try and siege on the bottom lane tower. Now Vikings to delay things out.
The altars have risen.
So they're gonna get bottom bell tower. Illidan's gonna delay over here, but he almost dies immediately. Uh-oh, Anduin. Illidan hunts in, diving through the enemies. It's a Viking to go down. Illidan chases in. Anduin will fall. Hanzo picked off as well. Bell tower in the bottom lane, converted over to the side of Rip, as this is going to be Swift Strike from Genji to safety. The Vikings play again. The Valkyrie comes through, but they jump past all of that. Zeratul comes in with an immediate cleave. Johanna gets channel, and it is all down to 1 bell tower. Gafflo's girthy gremlins, they gotta defend this as best they can. Gafflo gonna use as much mobility as possible. The Shurikens interrupt. Sappers make it over the wall. That's 1 HP to 21. Olaf goes down to the Zeratul. Whitemane, maybe with the channel of 3. Johanna, pop Siren Skin, runs at him. Shield Glare to interrupt, but Banana backs away immediately. Flank Sven. Singularity Spike, I believe, did not hit. Garrosh is so low, he will be taken down. He's going to throw people around. Wait, what the hell? Okay. He throws so many people around, but Sven... It is going to be a true Finland, as that is going to be the members of Rip, 1 map away from finding victory in the Eternal Conflict tournament and taking first place and €750. Let's get everything loaded on up. Let's get rid of those nasty, disgusting ads, and we will find out if it's going to be a 4-2 victory? Is that right? Yeah, because you gotta win by 4. And it's currently 3-2. My gosh. My buddy who does miniature painting said that the miniature painting I did was a really good first attempt, and I'm very proud of that. Yeah. It's coming in November. I thought it was already out, because I know it released in Venice early, and I thought it said October for United States, but it might be later for outside of NA for translation stuff. But we're already in this, so let's go ahead and roll on in. Yeah, I believe there's like delays for translation stuff. Frankenstein 2025. Let's see, because I know that there was like 2 different dates, because it says initial release August 30th, and I'm like, that's not right. Yeah, October 17th, United States. So I don't know when it comes out otherwise. You probably have to Google that. But either way, we're here in what I said could be the final map of today's best of 7 grand finals for the Eternal Conflict. We've got on the left-hand side Rip, on the right side it's Gaflos, Girthy, Gremlins, and we've got a big prediction for all of you. Who's gonna win Tomb of Spider Queen? It's in theaters. I didn't know. I wasn't sure if it was in theaters because I believe it's a Netflix movie. But either way, let's get on into it. This is Medivh ban, Blaze ban, Chromie to be removed as well. What's the game plan from Gaflos, Girthy, Gremlins? Do they go for the Hail Mary Cho'Gall game? I know I meme about it, I know I joke about it, but honestly, if they Cho'Gall, that might be it. It would be awesome to get a Cho'Gall in the grand finals. Tomb is a very good map for Cho'Gall. Blaze, Chromie, Medivh, what will this next ban be? Will it be a Dino ban? It's gonna be a Dino ban. By the way, the losing side of Gaflos, Girthy, Gremlins, they had map pick or first pick. They chose map pick. So there's something they want to do here on Tomb. There's something they want the map pick, or maybe they want second pick. Maybe they want to have a specific setup so they can get the last pick in the game and make that flex choice. First 2 picks, obviously you chose the Gall, right? Right, chat? It's just Cho'Gall out the gate. Alrighty. Tomb of the Spider Queen, Siege heavy map. I actually don't hate the idea of an early Sylvanas. Like, Sylvanas Rhaegar is not a bad start. Okay, the Hogger is big. I like the Gul'dan as well. Gul'dan wave clear is phenomenal. His sustained damage is great. His burst is great. The boss control is huge with Horrify. Level 20 can be massive as well. Now, what's the game plan from Rip? This is a very good map for Junkrat, by the way, so I wouldn't be surprised if that does pop up. Wave clear is still very important for Rip. They may consider doing their weird Asmodan or weird Probius. There's that Sylvanas that I was kind of worried about. Anduin Johanna Sylvanas is really not a bad start. You got good Siege, you've got good Wave clear, you've got mobility, you've got huge heroic values as well with Mind Control, I assume, possibly Wailing Arrow. Light Bomb probably, because, yeah, Hog or Gul'dan already interrupt Holy Word Salvation. Johanna Bless Shield Initiation is nice. Ban-wise on the right, do they get rid of a solo laner or do they get rid of another Dino character? They get rid of the Probius. They actually, it's not Dino, it's actually Cesabos, I believe, is the one that plays the Probius. So it will get target banned. I mean, there is the opportunity for Asmodan again for Rip if they want to run it. There's no tournament shenanigans or restrictions, so you can see repeated heroes, as we do see the Johanna once again. As well as this Gul'dan in our map number 6 today. Gosh, map 6, wow. Hammer to be removed. Gaflos, Girthy, Gremlins did have a good hammer game earlier as well. Alright, so the Hogger Gul'dan. Is there a consideration for a variant for, like, Shattering Throw? Charge Taunt is really not a bad plan at all. I actually really like the idea of a variant in this situation. You can also go into Mortal... Well, you could go Shattering Throw, you could go Mortal Strike, you could have Juggernaut. It's gonna be Diablo, though.
I'm not checking in.
Nano boosted Gul'dan. If you have a Lightning Breath Diablo, you could do a nano boosted Lightning Breath Diablo. That is a thing, oddly. But Hogger Gul'dan Diablo, no Cho'Gall coming out from either of these teams. Oh wait, unless Rip is gonna solo lane Johanna, and then they'll go Cho'Gall right here. Obviously, it's so clear as day. The Gazlo's really not that weird. It actually works out pretty well with this composition. Bomb Toss level 20 is misery, in my opinion, if that is the direction they're going with. The CC train is just absolutely abhorrent. Last pick on the right side, you got a Hogger Gul'dan Diablo on what's the secret sauce to win map number 6? Is there, like, something that rotates to kills Gazlo, Hanzo, Sylvanas, Anduin, like a Zeratul?
Reckoning is at hand.
I don't like this. I don't really like this. I'm not a fan of it. I feel like there's not enough damage on the right side. I'm not a big fan of Gaflow's Girthy Gremlin's draft. Well, as I said, could be the final map of the day. Get your gambles in. Let's find out what ends up happening here on Tomb. Oh, yeah, there is auto attack Gazlowe. Yeah. I forgot about that. My brain always goes to that bomb toss level 20, which is just misery, but yeah. Yeah. I think that's the case, Stark. I think you're already seeing through the miasma, and I think you already know what's gonna be happening here. I don't know. I'm really nervous for Gaflow's Girthy Gremlins with this draft. I'm not really swayed by it. I'm not convinced, but you know what? Let's find out. It could be the final map of the day. It could be the final map of Eternal Conflict Season 1, and we might be crowning a winner, but let's go ahead and get into it as on the right side, down in the best of 7, looking to take us to the illustrious, ever so coveted Map 7, Gaflow's Girthy Gremlins, DK Diablo, Nano Gul'dan, Gaflow, Tyrael, Banana to be playing Ana, and Serdath on your Hogger for bottom. Left side of the map, one map away from finding victory here in this best of 7 series and being crowned Season 1 champions. Rip. Dino, Sylvanas, Krankle, Johanna, Sven, Gazlowe, Sesbos on the Hanzo, and Vasilio is your Anduin once again. You do have the big game Hunter increase the maximum scrap by 2. Basic attacks against enemy heroes, mercenaries, or monsters accelerate, reduce, reuse, recycle scrap regeneration by 1.5 seconds. Unfurling Shadows for the Sylvanas. Second time we've actually seen it today. Different player. It was Disciple earlier today and Dino now. Viable talent, obviously. Even-handed Blessing, Simple Geometry, and Zealous Glare. Literally, we've had so many Johanna today, not a single Laws of Hope Johanna, and I love to see it. Contact Healing, Pursuit of Flame, Ardent Restoration, On the Prowl for Hogger, and your Soul Shield Diablo. 3 marks from Dino onto DK as Diablo looks to back off using Krankle as an overpowered Shadow Charge target. Healing Darts coming through. Nano with a little bit of damage to the rotation up through the objective turn-in pit. Hogger working on a bottom lane camp. Tyrael zoning. Gazlowe getting left side Bruiser camp back into the double soak between the enemy teams. Nano is going to pop a little bit of his trait to get health back up. A few healing darts out from Ana as well. A minute left on your Twitch prediction, by the way, if you have any last-second gambles, if you believe in the map 7. Mentally, I do. Looking at this game, I don't know. I'm a little nervous, but really, who knows? 30 stacks, by the way, already on Sylvanas, which is going to be a 15% increase because it's half the number because it's 0.5%. Hogger grabs Soaking Top and throws back a easy throw dynamite. Overpowered Shadow Charge, big damage onto Hanzo. First blood gonna be picked up by Gaflow's Girthy Gremlins. Divine Star thrown out. Dino trying to pick up a little bit more stackage. Level 4 will be coming through for Gazlowe. Rock it, socket. Casting Rocketeer grants Gazlowe a shield that absorbs 243 damage for 2.5 seconds. Since we don't get a lot of Gazlowe, we'll probably read through all of his talents just so we all know. Debilitating Dart for the Ana. We've also got your Soul to Flame for Diablo on his, I assume, Soul to Flame build. We'll see what the 1316 is because you can have a mixture of the two. Dino overpowered, Shadow Charge, but gets the Haunting Wave to safety. Eldruin's might thrown in, a few Fell Flames connect onto Krankle, 29. One more Fell Flame needed to get that extra 10% range increase. Yes, radius increase, excuse me. Well, he'll get that in just a moment. Tyrael at 8 regeneration globes, 5 simple geometry, no subdone for Johanna. Gul'dan will get a quick wave into top. Finishes onto, oh, that phrasing. finishes level 1 stacks off of Sylvanas. There you go. Gazlo Tyrael trading blows. Hogger clearing out his turrets as well. Diablo looking for an angle. Dino's a juicy target, but moves to the side. The Haunting Wave was active, and the teleport does come through. Laser from Gazlo. Avoids a sleep dart. Oh, that's a big gamble, everybody. Fire Stomp from Diablo. Interrupts Crankle turn-in. 23 held. Good Shadow Charge collision into the wall. I mean, Diablo's getting free souls off of this, kinda. He went from like 50-something to 60-something just now, with all this delay in the objective turn-in north side. Gazlo into Hogger. It seems like Hogger's full trait with his On the Prowl, Seeing Red, and, Hogger's Joggers, then Seeing Red. Good staggering blow, good damage on Sven, but will not be able to take down the Gazlo. We also see Purge Evil for the Tyrael, no Swift Retribution, but I mean, realistically, whose auto attack speed are you really wanting to buff? The only reason I was thinking Swift Retribution maybe is that increased in speed from the Smite, because you basically have 145% movement speed, if my memory serves right on that one. It's either 140 or 145. I think it's... Yeah, no, it's 145. Because it's 25 baseline, and then you increase it by an additional 20. Whoa, the Gul'dan damage into Hanzo almost takes him down, but Johanna is able to... Oh, the damage over time! Are you serious? I didn't see it on Hanzo's health bar. Did he get hit with Corruption or something? Oh my god, he ran through Corruption at the tail end. I didn't realize. Oh, geez. Shadow Charge from Diablo, pushing Johanna around. A Shield Glare goes out. Fell Flame from Gul'dan onto Dino. As our Gazlo in bottom lane is going to clear out the Siege Giants that were grabbed against him. Aldruin's Might thrown in. Sven going to take a little bit of damage. Red Web Weavers will descend over to the right side of Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. Diablo's full on souls. No reduced soul consumption yet. Nano so very low, going to try and drain some health off the enemy as Healing Dart comes out a little late. And losing your Gul'dan as you're about to get Red Web Weavers, that's a rough go. A lot of push, poke, and siege from him. Sleep Dart misses. Debilitating Dart does connect. Contact healing as well, or Bite a Grenade. Gazlo gets chunked. Hanzo here in bottom lane trying to help clear things out. Level 10 is achieved as you see Diablo with the orange Soul Stone, which is the reduced Soul Stone. That's going to be a good shockwave. Staggering blow, Shadow Charge. Hogger overpowered. Diablo Hogger come through, and Twitch chat not lying when they say Hogger the real DPS. Judgment Tyrael, Shockwave, Horrify, Lightning Breath, and I assume that... Oh, it's Eye of Horus. So if we make it to 20 Deadeye then? Top fort does go down. Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins with the first major structure to be felled. And it's a 3-1 kill. Overpower from Diablo. Rearranging for maybe another Shadow Charge? No, okay. Webweaver phase is expired, and the big thing to mention is we are in back-to-back territory for Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. First turn-in could be picked up, but this is a few enemies further back trying to get a camp. Tyrael trying to turn in 37. Nano trying to turn in 4, which would take him to 41. Shadow Charge onto Johanna. She's got 37 globes. The mind control from Sylvanas connecting into Diablo. The Horrify, the Gul'dan. Sorry, the Judgment from Tyrael. Sylvanas picks up a small bundle. Leap of Faith pulls Gazlo to safety. He is Robo-Goblin. We'll talk about his level 7 and his level 10 in just a moment, but it is going to be Light Bomb, Dragon Strike. That's the pretzels. Less shield, and Red Web Weavers descending again to Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. This is going to be level 7 Goblin Fusion. Generate 3 scrap for each hero hit by Death Laser. Robo-Goblin level 10. It's a 40-second cooldown. Activate to become unstoppable for 1.5 seconds. Passively, basic attacks deal 139 bonus damage over 5 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. Woo! Chat. Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. They want that map 7, man. Webweaver pushing in through mid lane. Diablo Shadow Charge onto Gazlo. Gets no wallbang. Scatter goes out. Fell Flames thrown in here and there as well. Bottom fort has gone down to Hogger, by the way. Mid fort is being saved, but Sylvanas will deal with top. Aldruin's might thrown in. No level 13 just yet. Gul'dan using Fell Flames to poke at the fort. Minion wave is about to be here. Inspired by Tyrael hitting the fort immediately. Sonic Arrow coming out from Hanzo. Shadow Charge into the well. Light Bomb. Tyrael gets the Aldruin's might thrown. Jumps to the side. Bless Shield from the Johanna. Big Horrify onto Sylvanas and Anduin to push them back. And that creates the space for this Tyrael to back off just fine. 19 regeneration globes on your Tyrael, 87 unfurling shadow stacks for the Sylvanas, 27 of 60 gems held on the right side, 102 gems held by Rip, 10 of 50 already turned in. There's the breakdown if you're curious of that, 105 as node level 13 has been picked up yet on the side of Rip. We'll actually jump back over to the talents here as this is Diablo, a little split from his team, gets a healing dart from Ana, the healing debuff from Johanna as well with that Sins Exposed level 7 was applied. But 13 is here with Pummel, you've got your Sword of Justice, Fell Armor, as well as Smelling Salts and Hellfire from the Diablo. So it's going to be full W build for the Lord of Terror as our 13 comes through on the left side in just a moment. Superior schematics as well for your Gazlo. Rocket turrets attack up to 2 additional enemies, 60% of the damage, and have 30% increased damage attack speed. Range. Blessed Hammers, Fleet of Foot, Enchant Boots, Lion Speed. Weird name. And Sylvanas 16, what are we going into, Dino? What's Dino considering for that level 13 talent? Tyrael anchoring in the bush. A few more gems to be turned in. Shield Glare gets an interrupt. Oh no, it didn't hit Nano. That was weird. Huh. Tyrael's going to discover Gazlo trying to turn in. Delays things out, backs away, forces out a few turrets. Diablo Fire Stomp to get some vision. Gul'dan to use Fell Flames to clear out the turrets as well. It is about a level and some change lead in favor of Gaffel's Girthy Gremlins, as it's just about 14 to a little over 15. Sonic Arrow grants vision. Hanzo with a scatter going out as well. Hogger in the bottom lane is going to get an easy clear onto the wave because the enemy team is going to be fighting over here in the mid. Crankle chunked quite a bit. Biotic Grenade value from Ana is really good. She also went into anti-healer level 7, which makes it a 2.5 second healing debuff because baseline is 1.75 and anti-healer adds an additional 0.75 to it. Shadow Charge from Diablo lands into the wall. The Sleep Dart comes out as well. Biotic Grenade to deny any healing, but the Leap of Faith does pull Jahan to safety. 70-second cooldown on Leap of Faith, by the way, so that'll be back up somewhere in the 12-minute, 20 seconds in-game time. Actually, maybe a little bit longer than that, but still, yeah, 55 seconds to go. Oh my god, Ana's gonna tag boss. They have boss plus Webweaver. Diablo's got it. Oh, and the Shield Glare doesn't interrupt again. Bro, either that's bugged or it's like not... That... I swear the Shield Glares are literally hitting, but whatever. The enemy knows Gafflo Girthy Gremlins are on this boss, but they can't step in. They don't have 16. The Webweavers are descending. Boss plus Webweaver in top lane is going to be thick. And I'd really, really, really hope that Gaffle's Girthy Gremlins hard siege top lane. They don't try and split into other shenanigans. Tyrael was cleaning up mid lane a little bit. Soft siege onto the keep gate already from Gul'dan. Mind Control lands onto Diablo. There's going to be a Dragon Strike through all of this. Gazlo did have an Explodium charge, but that did not do enough to take down Diablo. The keep gate is already completely obliterated. The Webweaver here at 75% HP. The boss very healthy. Horrify from Gul'dan pushes Gazlo out of position. Leap of Faith will save. Diablo goes in with the Shadow Charge. And Gazlo with his Robo-Goblin is able to self-cleanse and back away from Diablo pressure. Still no 16 talents here on the left-hand side. Gaffle's Girthy Gremlins, they're going for it. They're going for Visceral. They're going for map 7 on core right now. Webweavers are still pushing on to keep gates. Biotic Grenade. Hogger gets the kill into Johanna. There's going to be a judgment onto the Anduin. Mind Control into somebody. Core shielding is broken. Boss is about to fall. There's going to be a leap of fate to pull Anduin or Hanzo to safety. Sven, 51 gems. Bye-bye. Augur may get taken down by core shots. Trying to avoid them on the left-hand side. Will get taken down. 59% remains on the core. The lightning breath from Diablo is going to be activated. Dino on the right-hand side is going to be taken down by a Tyrael. Druin's Might. This is a lone Hanzo trying to back away. Ladies and gentlemen, we're heading into not only but a map number fucking 7. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, Murky Mains, Maiev Masters, Silly Samuros, Cho'Gall Champions, Amazing Asmodans, Tumultuous The Lost Vikings, that's a bad one. We are heading into a map number 7. My god, I have been casting for 5 hours and 14 minutes, streaming for 7 hours almost, and we're getting ready for our final map in this best of 7. It's all going to come down to either Infernal or Cursed Hollow. I'm going to go ahead and roll out the last block of ads. If you are enjoying yourself, if you have had fun today, if you would like to support the stream, whether it's with subs, resubs, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, we do have the best tier 3 alert on all of Twitch. Consider using that now as we are going to roll out the ads and get ready for the final game.
To the end of the world. Subscribed.
Map 7 hype.
Milo Mindben, thank you so very much for the tier 1 for 17 months. Thank you so very much. That is, by the way, the first alert that was ever created for this channel by my best friend Brandon. Oh my god, the ads never ran. Shit. Alright, well, those gotta go anyways. Mr. Bandit, you are perfect. Alright, we're back into it, everybody. Whoa! Out the gate 50k. Alright. Let's get into it, everyone. Final map of the day. Final, it's map 7 of a best of 7 series. You love to frickin' see it. If you want a blind gamble, it's a best of 1. It just comes down to who is the better team. If you want a 250,000 gamble, I don't know where Kaimo is, but maybe he'll pop in for this one map and get that 250,000 gamble in. But either way, let's make it a big one, everyone. Let's see if we can get over 1 million channel points in total. But let's get into it. Cursed Hollow, final map of the day in the Best of 7 series for the Eternal Conflict Tournament. This is going to be Rip on the left side, Gaflow's Girthy Gremlins on the right. It has been an absolute barn burner, a blast of a series, an absolute joy to cast all of this. And thank you so very much, everyone, for joining me. But as I said, we have got this final map ready to go. Let's see who will come out victorious. As Cursed Hollow, we have Rip banning out the Chromie Blaze, Sylvanas, and Medivh banned. Hogger first picked. Now, here's the thing. Cursed Hollow is a really good map for boss. For Hanzo, because you have a simple geometry build, which 1 can delay out objectives pretty well, 2 you can burn through camps, as specifically the boss with that serrated arrow and all that kind of stuff as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see an early Hanzo potentially for one of these two teams. Other things for Cursed Hollow: Vikings, Abathur, no Medivh obviously because he was banned. They're gonna go for the Probius that is constantly banned against them. First pick Probius, ballsy move. Very ballsy move to go for that. Extremely ballsy on the first pick Probius, but there it is. We've got a Probius Brightwing. What do they want to go into the Brightwing with? Dahaka, so they did do that triple bruiser, double tank bruiser, hypercarry Gul'dan.
I will fight to my last breath.
Hogger, Tyrael, Rhaegar will be grabbed. I gotta say, like, Tyrael did have some changes in the most recent patch a couple weeks ago. He does look really good. I wouldn't say that you draft Tyrael and you win the game, but Tyrael does look really, really good, especially played by DK in that last map. I did not think that there was going to be enough damage. I didn't think there was. I thought it was going to be a very lackluster draft with a decent front line, but nope, I was wrong. And that is going to be a 3-3 score in this best of 7. We've got the Hammer Band. Right side, what are they going to get rid of? Probably a tank, right? Oh, they get rid of a Dino Cassia. Does that mean Vikings? Because Cassia was picked up by Dino in both times Serdath played Vikings. That's the one sort of thing in the back of my mind. Cat Peach is all in on Probius. Holy Jesus, we've got over nearly 500,000 on the gamble already. Nearly. Urel ETC. Krankle gets the ETC. He only played it once so far today. Not that it looked bad, but it didn't look like it was this super scary thing that Gafflo's Girthy Gremlins need to worry about. Now, is this Vikings? That's the big question. Or do they pick up... I don't know, like Zeratul into the Probius wouldn't be bad? Like, what? 4 autos from Zeratul and Probius is dead. Hanzo's still available. Junkrat's still available. I think this is a solid pickup. I think this is solid with Zeratul Hanzo. I like this a lot. Probius, Brightwing, Urel, ETC. They need a Dino hero. Oh god, they're gonna get Tracer. Well, Zeratul into Tracer is a really nice pressure. Maybe not. Sylvanas is banned. I really don't know what they're gonna do here. I feel like it's just gonna be Tracer. I like the Greymane, siege value, camp, mobility is nice. Well, let's see what we got going on. Here we go, everybody. Map number 7. My voice you can hear is going, but it doesn't matter. I will be hoarse and mute tomorrow, but it's gonna be worth it for today's games. All right, chat. Whoa! Someone did it. Someone quarter-millioned. Someone quarter-millioned on Rip. Someone quarter-millioned on oh my god. Chat, we are so close to 1 million channel points in total on this. We are so freaking close. We're like 70,000 away. Something like that. Huge. Maybe Kaimo woke up for just this game. Let's get into it, everyone. The final map of the day. The final map of this Eternal Conflict Season 1. If you want to support Season 2, exclamation bracket, follow the GoFundMe link. If you're having fun here, thanks for hanging out with me. Let's get into it. Dino on the left-hand side. For the members of RIP, we'll be playing your Greymane. We're looking at a Krankle ETC, Sesabos on the Probius. We'll look at your Sven, Urel, and Vasilio Brightwing. Right side of the map, putting the pressure into the enemy squad of RIP. It's Gafflo's Girthy Gremlins. This is, by the way, a rematch from the upper bracket final of last Sunday, which went to a map 5. This going to a map 7 is great. Gafflo on your Hogger, DK Tyrael, Banana Rhaegar, Nano Hanzo, and it is going to be your Serdath Zeratul, who got Vision Tower in the bottom. Alright, ETC heads to top lane. We've got Greymane splitting off for Siege Giants left side, Hanzo to do the same on the right, and Urel heads to bottom lane. Probius with the help of Anduin working on Bruiser Camp, Hogger with the help of Rhaegar to do the same. Very similar setups here. The only thing is there's a little lacking soak in bottom lane. I think DK may have missed potentially 1 experience glow, but it's really not that big of a deal. Let's talk about level 1s. Hypershift, Dauntless. We've got Echo Pulse for the Probius, as well as your Viciousness Greymane and Guitar Hero ETC. Krankle typically takes this Guitar Hero, but then goes into Face Melt at 4 and 7, and then usually Encore. It might be a mosh pit game. I feel like with the size of Curse Hollow, this is going to be Stage Dive. On the right side for Gafflo's Girthy Gremlins, though, you have Tyrael already at 3 regeneration glows for Ardent Restoration, Simple Geometry on 1 of 20 stacks, Colossal Totem for the Rhaegar. Hogger will be on the prowl at level 1, and your Zeratul with his Shadow Hunter. So we'll probably see Wormhole at level 7. That's often the combo with this level 1. Phase shift into top lane, and a lot of siege will be had here. Rhaegar's rotating up. Gafflo hit with a little Gilnean splash. Rhaegar lunges in. Hogger bounces off his own loot horde that was zoning a little bit, but some tower damage has been achieved. Meanwhile, in mid and bottom, I don't think there was any counter pressure coming out from Gafflo's girthy gremlins. The timer's a bit long from the prediction. I always make it a little bit longer for the final map in a series, just in case. Also, the lobby was, like, not moving at all. In the sense of, like, I sat down from grabbing a drink and going to the bathroom, and there were still people missing, and I was like, okay, yeah, 20 minutes, I think people are still in the bathroom, too. No, apparently, the moment I started it, that's when it all went, so I was trying to get it going early. It's going long. It's whatever. It's not like it's obstructing too much of the screen. But Probius in the bottom lane is going to be able to clear things out. We do have our first objective in said bottom as well, center location. Hogger bouncing back to safety. Top lane Fort Gate took a lot of damage as we peek back into mid. Zeratul, Greymane are going to be able to trade waves, and Probius has a tower set up. Pylon on the left-hand side. Yrel, by the way, does go into Aegis of Light level 4. Magic Spit, you've got your Photon Barrier, Greymane with Thick Skin, as well as the Loudspeaker ETC. Zeratul picking up his Psionic Strength. You've got your Brute Force for the Hogger, Tidal Waves, Serrated Arrows, and that is Reciprocate, right? Yeah. ETC Power Slides onto Rhaegar. Little Face Melt to push them back. Power slide in from ETC, face melt to the side, a scatter comes through, DK looking to back away. Wisdom Duelist will be your level 7 for the Greymane, by the way. Probius build looks pretty standard for him. Same thing with Crankle. You have Divine Steed on the Yrel, as well as your Soothing Mist for Brightwing. Critical Mist, excuse me. Unstoppable, DK is getting a little bit low. Is there a first blood pickup? No. Dino low. Dino on the Greymane almost picked off as Crankle's getting chunked. Purification. Burning Halo. You've also got your Burning Trash. That's not right. Garbage Fire. Burning Trash, Garbage Fire. It's all the same thing. Yrel is going to be able to push back Hogger in top lane, it looks like. She'll tap well. Easy throw dynamite thrown in, but no connection. Staggering blow, loot horde weirdness. ETC in mid lane getting dove on by Tyrael and Zeratul, but Zeratul is a little bit low, needs to back away. First objective in bottom of the map is still being delayed out by Probius and Brightwing. Rhaegar and Hanzo are down over here. Hanzo's still working on that level 1. Probius swaps out a new Photon Cannon and a Warp Rift as well to try and delay. We got our 10 Talentiers coming up soon at the top of the screen. Righteous Hammer onto Hogger. Dino in the bush. Meanwhile, Zeratul grabs another Siege Giant camp on the right side. Pincer move onto Gafflo. The Righteous Hammer's good. The Hog Wild does get activated. Gafflo dropped to about 50%. Easy throw dynamite onto the wave. There are Siege Giants pushing into top lane. Meanwhile, back in the... Wait, hold on. That's a Righteous Hammer into the wall. Gafflo getting a little bit low. There's a Staggering Blow answer from him. Is there a Hog Wild? No! And first kill to the side of Rip is picked up. 1-1 in kills. First objective still going, as it was announced at 2:30, contestable at 3 minutes, and we are getting into 6 minutes. So 3 minutes of this just sitting here. Meanwhile, Sven, Dino, they're working on the top lane for it. The phase shift from Brightwing will be coming through. Surdath and DK are up here, but this Tyrael has no mana, and he dead. Pylon overcharge from your Probius level 10. You've got your Mosh Pit, Cursed Bullet, Ardent Defender, and Brightwing Blink Heal. Judgment, Tyrael, Dragon Zero, Ancestral, Hortipult, and Might of the Nerazim. That's why I made it such a long gamble. It's the final map of the day. Let's have some fun. How often do you get a best of series that goes to the last map? Especially in a 7 or a 9 series. Actually, I think Zombie Grub's event last weekend went to map number 9 in a best of 9 in StarCraft 2. Alrighty, boss and bottom was grabbed by the side of Rip. We've got Gafflo's Girthy Gremlins grabbing their own boss at top lane. ZTC at 6 minutes 47, able to get the first objective. And bosses will, let's see, top versus bottom. Fort still has a gate and a tower, but these are going to be traded forts. Mid is getting a little bit of siege pushed in by Hanzo Tyrael. Zeratul will be able to get Vision Tower. Oh, blinks over, looking for, misses the Singularity Spike. Is there an auto attack? I don't know who's asking for assist pings. It might be Zeratul, it might be Probius. Pylon overcharge activated. Brightwing blinks into those pylons, trying to get some defensive measures from that one. She blinks back over to the allies with 296 HP. The boss in top lane does confirm this fort. Meanwhile, Hanzo is dealing with things in bottom and will be able to save their keep gate. Tyrael's going to reset for full. It is 2-2 in kills with 13 talents here coming soon for both sides. For those that don't know, for Wizened Duelists, every 6 human basic attacks against heroes increase basic attack damage by 1% up to 30%. Worgen basic attacks grant credit for 3 basic attacks. Half this bonus is lost upon death. That is actually, outside of losing every stack, I feel like Wizened Duelist is the most punitive stack losing talent. Because even if you hit 30, you still can lose half your stacks. It doesn't specify it, but it does. That's what happens. Sven, Holy Ground, forced to use Avenging Wrath over the wall. Zeratul with a little cleave. They were like, oh, you want a second? You want to technically first pick Probius? Oh, we are going to show you what the value you'll get is. For those that don't know, Probius is the lowest health pool in this game at 2,100 HP. I believe Hanzo is the second lowest at 2,291. DK, the Tyrael, trying to back away. It is Moshpit ETC, and so that's a 120 cooldown. 4% of that is like a number. A number that exists, and we'll see what that's going to yield for ETC. Gaflo coming in from bottom lane. Siege Giants pushing onto the fort gate. ETC, Moshpit, not active. Actually, I think it was on a 10-second cooldown, but a face melt reduced it down to 3. I swear I heard the start of the audio for that one, but it's slight experience advantage. It is going to be 14 to 14. Face melt from ETC pushing people around. Pylon overcharge 50 seconds. All heroics in the right. Judgment up in 2 seconds though for Tyrael. Curse Bullet goes out from Greymane. Banana going for the channel. That's a lot of damage into the probe. He goes down. Brightwing blinks to the left side. The Moshpit from ETC will catch Tyrael, but it's still going to be Brightwing taken down. Dino is going to be taken down by a scatter into a cleave. The Judgment from the Tyrael will be jumping into this ETC as the Holy Ground blocks him from disengaging. Now Sven is the new target, but Sven should be able to get out just fine. Boss in bottom lane, 1 minute 30. Boss in top lane, 1 minute 55. Next tribute, bottom right of the map. Favorable positioning to the side of Gaffel's Girthy Gremlins as Yrel jumps in once again with a big Righteous Hammer. Zeratul is going to try and put some pressure on Sven. Sven is getting so very low. Ardent Defender will be popped and does not get much value, but the Inspired Minion Wave will help. And Siege... Oh, Zeratul on the left side! Almost takes down Sven. Do you lose a stack if you only have 1? I do believe yes. Half of 1 is 0. Don't question my math. Just accept it, chat. All right, last minute on the Twitch gamble. I know it went long, but you know what? You guys got to see about what I would assume is half of this map. Maybe a third, depending on how it goes. We could have another 30-minute map today. Longest map today was 34 minutes just about. I think it was like 33 minutes and 40-something seconds. We'll round up for ease. Golly. And just really quickly, thank you so much, everyone, for watching today. I really do appreciate it. I have had such a blast casting this, and I hope you've enjoyed hanging out with me. If you're not following, please do. We stream 6 days a week. We got a lot of great content, but this is looking good for the side of Gaffel's Girthy Gremlins in map number 7 with their first curse.
My curse upon you.
Curse coming through. And it is 16s on both sides. The big thing for ETC is that imposing presence. Judgment from Tyrael, Soothing Mist from Brightwing. Dragon's Arrow goes wide up the enemies. ETC drops a Maj. Interrupted. Kranko trying to back away. Will be taken down. The Pylon overcharge will be coming through as well. Bottom lane fort will go down to the incoming minion wave. Now here's the question. Objective is going to expire in about 29 seconds. is there going to be a pivot after the poke through mid onto the keep? I don't think they take down mid lane keep here. I think the defensive measures from the side of Rip are pretty good, so I'd like to see the tail end go for a boss, possibly double boss. EGC is still dead for 15. He's no stage dive or anything like that, so this is guaranteed boss. And remember when I was talking about in draft about how good Hanzo is on this map? Nano is chunking the boss. My memory always goes back to an interview with Hazuabs during CCL, and we talked about Hanzo, and he was like, dude, there's just some maps when there's two bosses like Curse Hollow or Alterac Pass where you just have to go Q build, you have to go scatter build Hanzo. Excuse me, not Q build, W build. And I agree with I mean, who doesn't agree with Hazuabs, but he makes an absolutely brilliant point. This and Alterac are some of the best maps for Hanzo W build because of scatter value. I mean, the boss is already down to about 50% from one scatter. Alrighty, bottom lane, Siege Giants. The bottom lane boss has been cleared out in lane, gets minimal value on the keep gate, but now, with top lane, pretty fortified actually, I do think this is going to be heavy sieging from Gafflo's Girthy Gremlins. Actually, that's what I'd like to see, to be honest. I don't know what they're going to do. Next tribute, top center of the map. 26 regeneration Ghost Material. Level 16 on both sides. About a level lead, a little bit more in favor of Gathos Girthy Gremlins. About 18 to a little over 19. Boss is sieging in. Augur tries to get a little bit of pressure into this keep gate as well. Boss below 50%. And I think this is a really safe, smart call. I like this a ton. Objective will get announced really soon. Boss and bottom, 3-minute 24. Bottom lane could be pushed up by Zeratul, and absolutely he will. But it's 20 talents here on the right side in a minion wave or less. Oh, we've got the Shadow Stride, Angel of Justice, Bullseye, Farseer's Blessing, and Anger Management. I always like to show this. So right now, this is Tyrael Vision Radius. That right there is the radius of Angel of the upgrade. Literally, it's beyond what he sees on his screen. So as I always like to say, Tyrael is officially from the Midwest. If he can see you, he can judge you. One level to go for 20 talents here on the left-hand side. The top lane keep is being pushed into. Objective is here, but it seems like the priority is going to be a little bit of poke siege into the top keep. Catapult is fixated, will be managed by Yrel, and that's disengage called from Gafflo's Girthy Gremlins. Bottom boss, 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Bottom wave has a catapult on this left-hand side of Rip because they did take down that fort bottom lane, so at least there's some pressure alleviation, but Banana gets the channel. 1 out of 3 on both sides. Let's take stock for the side of Rip. What do they get at level 20? Let's talk about this because maybe these are game-changing moments. Seraphim, huge for Yrel. A 10-second cooldown that is actually 8 seconds because the moment you push the button, the cooldown starts. ETC, I believe Crankle's a death metal guy, so we probably see death metal. Might be Torbus, actually. He also does like his Ride the Lightning, Power of the Horde, so ETC honestly could be anything. Brightwing, Fairy Protector, maybe for the Zeratul burst damage, or maybe Invisible Friends. Greymane is, with his build, possibly Tooth and Claw, usually Blunderbuss. I doubt it's going to be Gilnean Roulette. Pylon Overcharge upgrade with Construct additional pylons. It is Blunderbuss. It is Invisible Friends. Seraphim, Pylon, construct additional pylons. ETC is the one we're really wondering about. Is it Death Metal? It is going to be Bolt of the Storm, his unique Ride the Lightning. Good theming from a Metallica song. The coolest part about Ride the Lightning, I think Saint Dev did such an amazing job with Ride the Lightning. I mean, it's a good reference to metal, which ETC is based off of. His base skin is literally references to different musicians, one of them being Dimebag Darrell. But it's a 70-second cooldown. For every enemy hero hit you hit with the Bolt of the Storm, you get a 10-second cooldown to a max of 50, and there's a little bit of damage. So Bolt plus Mosh is a big combo. We're going to pull away the talents. We're going to zoom out here a little bit, and let's see what happens around this engagement. 1 out of 3 tributes on both sides. Zeratul grabbing away from mid. Power slide from ETC. Dragon Zero lands in the backline. Gaflo really low on this Hogger. Gets the Ancestral at the right time. Ancestral Farseer's Blessing spreading a little extra healing. Back over to the allies. Greymane starts working on a left side camp. Zeratul pushes Wave and mid up one more time. A cleave and a few autos will clear that out. And Brightwing, delayed by an Eldruin's Might, does have that burning halo. Hogger moves into bottom lane to try and push this up as well. Boss has begun. Scatter reveals, anchoring for what is assumed to be a boss. Less than 50%. Tyrael goes down. Pylon overcharge is going to be there. Tyrael tries to get death time reduction. He doesn't get any. Zeratul is still pushing mid. Might have been a blunder. 10 seconds over here as well. Zeratul's going to try and steal this. Does Yrel have an Avenging Wrath to jump over the wall? And I think that's what she's going to be doing. Zeratul has to leave. Yeah, he just has to leave here. Alrighty, everybody. We're entering into the 20-minute mark area. ETC grabs Vision just to the top left. Hanzo and Rhaegar start backing away. Gaflo did get rooted by Boss. That's going to be a hog wild timing beautifully. Edge of the wall bounce right here in towards their allied keep gate to safety. This is why I made the gamble long, because my gut was this is going to be a banger of a map 7. Huge damage onto Yrel. Seraphim allows her to back away. Bullseye on the from Hanzo onto Krankle. Earth Grasp Totem slowed him down a little bit. And this could be curse in favor for Rip. Eldruin's Might to check the enemy boss. Or check their side boss, technically. Photon Cannon set up as well. Both teams just periodically checking. Gaflo showing just above. Scatter goes out from Hanzo. Bottom lane has a catapult pushed up near the keep, but the incoming mini wave should take care of that. Loot Horde thrown in, discovers the pylon. Hanzo snipes that with a Stormball. That's a lot of damage into the Tyrael. He gets taken down. Let's see, 62, 61, down to 54, nearly 7 seconds, let's call it that, of death timer reduction for Tyrael. That's nice. That's 7 seconds you'll get Tyrael back on your side. Or 7 seconds faster, but boss is going to be grabbed over in the top left of our screen. Bottom right, the Bruiser camp is going to be grabbed. Zeratul gets channel. 2 out of 3 tribute points to these two teams. As we had an explosive start for Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. But as I mentioned, 20 talents here could be that turning moment, and it has seemingly been. No more talent tier advantages, no more scaling advantages either, 22 to 22. Curse Bullet onto 1, Power Slide, ETC Faithful, that's so huge! Pylon overcharge, Sven so low, Zeratul wants the kill, but he doesn't get it. The blink heal from Brightwing is enough. ETC uses Mosh and cancels it. As he found no one inside. Does have that Encore. Boss in top lane, very hardy, healthy. Judgment from the Tyrael will be coming through. The Grenade Cocktail from Greymane splashing in. The Dragon's Arrow goes wide of the enemy. Boss is on core, working on shielding. Meanwhile, watch your minimap. Left side is going to be pushing onto that keep, but let's talk about the Ancestral that did just come through onto Rhaegar. He's going to try and splash that over to Serdath. The Zeratul will be able to do so. Boss is working through the core shielding and the HP. This is looking like the members of RIP are going to take this series and the tournament in a late game reversal post level 20. GG, well played. It's a RIP victory in the Eternal Conflict Season 1.